AVC Sports presents high school football. Tonight's game is brought to you by patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Doan Ford, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, The Rogers Company, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Troy Blair Dunning Motor Sales, People's Bank, 45 Logistics, Myra Shire from Municipal Court Judge, Laborers Local 530, Bruner Land Company, Roderer Rehab, Surgeon Construction, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative, Dunkin' Donuts of Cambridge, and Greg's Motor Sales.
Hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. And on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Promises. You've heard them all. Peace of mind, quality insurance products, superior claim service, all at a fair and competitive price. Since 1848, Westfield Insurance has promised to provide excellent insurance coverage for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust. That is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers. For a quote on protecting your home, auto, and business, call WB Green Insurance today. WB Green, professional insurance.
Hi, this is Gabby from People's Bank. I'm here to tell you about People's Bank's new CD special. It is so good, you need to stop by any People's Bank location today and ask your banker to tell you more. Or visit pebo.com. This special will not last long. You must open your account by September 7th. People's Bank. Working together, building success. Member FDIC.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com.
Good. Welcome, everybody. Opening night of the high school football season here in 2023. Beautiful sunny afternoon in Byesville here at Eugene Capers Field, Meadowbrook High School. The Meadowbrook Colts opening the season against the Maysville Panthers. Glad you're with us here on NASH Icon FM and on YRPtv and all across the board. Thanks for listening or watching, as the case may be. Dave Davidson and Mike Snively here from Eugene Capers. A week earlier for the second straight year. I mean, earlier than what we had for years, back to your playing days and so on, too. And like you said, I mean, low 70s, almost no humidity, it seems like, too. The players are going to be loving this tonight. Two teams here, Mike, Maysville and Meadowbrook, coming off of very few wins a season ago. Both are in rebuilding phases.
No doubt. You look, both last year's Maysville did win the game last year at Maysville 35-7, but both teams, since the playoff systems went to 16 teams, which is last year, these two teams did not make it. 16 is quite a bit of teams to make the playoffs. So I think both teams are itching to get back to the playoffs simply because they did do a different format. And, there's a lot of young, new faces out there for both teams tonight, but it's week one. Everybody's going to have jitters, but there's plenty of good, positive excitement.
Mm-hmm. Craig Clark, guy that you go back a good ways to. I've known him for a long time. Coached with Briefly with Dan Wesson.
Yeah, Dan Wesson.
You were talking about that relationship from many years ago for him.
Yeah, he coached with Dan Wesson at Waynesburg College years ago, and I think he played for him in middle school, they said, at Claymont High School. So he's got some old ECOL roots, which Meadowbrook obviously part of the ECOL now. Both of these, obviously, this is an MVL matchup tonight.
Yep. So Craig, excuse me, been at Maysville about 10 years or so now. He's been with the program. He's established quite a bit here. So, I mean, even he, playing in a conference, where you're playing Sheridan and Tri-Valley and John Glenn. Of course, John Glenn had a down year last year. That's not usually been the case in recent years. So he's playing in a really tough division in the NVL each year. So obviously they want to get off to a good start. They feel like playing a 1-9 team from Meadowbrook a year ago that they've got a good shot of doing that tonight. Meadowbrook, of course, Steve Norman now in his third season is in a rebuilding phase and wants to. He's going to be playing a lot of young faces tonight.
He's going to play a lot of young faces, and the trigger man. Justice Huey, he's going to start at quarterback tonight. He threw for a ton of yards last year. He threw for almost 2,200 yards last year. He did throw it almost over 30 times a game. But the big thing with the Meadowbrook team is they just got to stop people. They had trouble stopping people defensively, and too many big plays, 1, 2, 3 play drives for teams, and they've got to put a stop to that if they want to improve on last year's record.
Well, you're right. I mean, when we were looking at last year's schedule, I mean, giving up 55 and 54 and 48 points consistently, averaging over 40 points a game given up. Certainly fundamental defense and tackling, just staying in lanes, staying in your position. I'm sure a lot of stuff, fundamentals were, I'm sure, really pounded on so far this year.
Yeah, they definitely got to get more people to the football defensively. But Meadowbrook's going to move the football. There's no doubt about that. The question, like I said earlier, are they going to stop anybody? And a lot of young faces out there for the Colts.
There is, and Justice Huey, the quarterback for Meadowbrook, has got quite a few weapons to throw to. I mean, Nick Norman, you've got Bentley Seedor, you got Jake Burris, Dalen Rivera.
Yeah,
a lot of names. Those are just a few of the names. We'll probably be calling on a few more.
Well, Nick Norman, this is like the ideal 50-50 guy because he ran the ball 55 times last year, but he also had 55 catches, and he's more dangerous as a wide receiver. But he had 786 yards and 5 touchdowns, and he was the main go-to guy for the Colts last year, son of Coach Steve Norman.
And new turf field, bright, shiny new turf just installed after, I think, about 12 years on the previous turf.
Yeah, I think 12 years is what the last turf was, and they just really got this done. They were supposed to scrimmage, do a preview against Philo last Thursday here, but they had to move it to Philo. So now everything looks ready to go on the field. Now around campus is a different story because Meadowbrook's going under a lot of construction and parking's at a premium tonight.
You come into the school facility now and it looks like you said, you're walking literally onto a construction site or like a huge power plant or something's going to go up, you'd think, here in this area. So certainly, parking and everybody's strewn out all over acres and acres here on this campus. Meadowbrook Colts won the toss, and they did want to receive to start the season. We'll look at their offensive lineup, and we'll get things rolling. The kickoff's about 3 minutes away. We'll take a short break here on NASH Icon FM. Starting lineups and the opening kickoff coming in week number 1. Back at you here on NASH Icon and YRPtv after this.
Fall means cooler temperatures and the changing of the seasons. The Rogers Company is ready with all heating services. They install furnaces, geothermal, ductless systems for both residential and commercial. They provide repairs and maintenance to all makes and models. On the commercial side, they're the area's refrigeration company. Put the Rogers Company team to work for you. Call 740-685-8677. The Rogers Company says, go Colts.
Mike Snively, Dave Davidson back to Eugene Capers Field here in Byesville. Beautiful, sunny, perfect weather day. Comfortable for the fans, especially the players here. Low 70s, low humidity here as well for this game. We'll look at the Meadowbrook Colts offensive lineup here to start the season. Quarterback, as Mike alluded to, Justice Huey, a junior at 6 foot, 175 pounds. His running backs will be Dalen Rivera, 5'11", 160 pound senior, and Cooper McManaway, a sophomore at 5'10", 165 pounds. And, Mike, let's go to you. Let's have the receiving core and the offensive line.
They're going to start freshman Bentley Seedor, number 17, the aforementioned number 8 tonight, Nick Norman, the junior, who had 5 touchdown receptions last year, as well as over almost 1,000 yards total offense. Landon Kuhn, number 18, he'll be at a wide receiver spot. And Jake Burris, number 6, he will be at the wide receiver. And a couple other guys that's going to see some time at wide receiver, Cohen Miles and Braylon Lowry, the sophomore, who had 8 catches for 87 yards and a touchdown.
And that offensive line is going to be really a key component, Mike, to Meadowbrook, especially their early success here, protecting Huey especially in the short to intermediate passing game. That should help them out with some of the, with maybe some of the new voids that they're trying to fill here for 23.
Size is going to be there for the Colts on offense. Mitchell George, who's going to be at left tackle tonight, he already has an offer to play for the University of Akron. He's a junior. Casey Clendenning is going to be at the left guard. At center will be Zayden Yeagle. Right guard Ethan Hetty, and at right tackle will be Talon Cannon. And Talon Cannon, you're probably going to hear his name called a lot on the defensive side of the ball as well, because he led the team in tackles last year.
And so that's your offensive lineup for the Meadowbrook Colts. Who'll be receiving to start tonight's game. On the defensive side, we've got just kind of some late starters from the assistant coaching staff, so I appreciate Craig Clark's staff for helping us out with this. One of the defensive ends, Noah Jarju, number 16, will be a 5'8", 205-pound junior. The other defensive end we'll see will be Andrew Boffman, a quick defensive end at 5'8", 160, a 2-year starter at defensive end. Also on the D-line, we'll see Jacob Tumblin, 6'1", 350 pounds, a sophomore, anchoring down the middle of that D-line for Craig Clark's Maysville defense. Linebackers, we'll be calling Todd Saxton's name a lot, number 11. He'll be playing quarterback on the offensive side. The other linebackers, Wesley Armstead, 5'10", 170 pounds, a junior, number 7. And number 2, Matthew Harper, one of the other outside backers, 6', 170-pound junior. Secondary will have Caleb Mondlux, number 6, 5'7", 160-pound junior. Tyler DeBolt, 5'9", 170-pound, a 2-year starter and senior. And Cohen Fink will also be in there, kind of bouncing between linebacker and safety, a senior at 6'2", 185 pounds. The other in the outside backing core, or extra defensive backs here, will be Dylan Stevens, another senior at 6'3", 175 pounds. He'll be number 15 for the Maysville Panthers tonight. That is essentially your defensive lineup for Maysville, who'll be in there for our radio listeners on NASH. All white uniforms with the blue and the gold trim, blue numbers. And Meadowbrook tonight in their, I guess, Cleveland Brown-esque. I like the brown. I'm going to go with brown jerseys.
Bowling green.
I like it too. I won't say the chant as an OU grad. We say, BGSU, and then what 3 letters follow that. So as a Bobcat, we won't finish that, but I like it. I respect Bowling Green there still. So they have the brown jerseys and the orange pants.
It pains me to say Cleveland Browns, so I went with Bowling Green.
I like the reference too. Meadowbrook will be going from right to left for our radio listeners, and back deep to receive it will be Jacob Burris, number 6, and Trey Gray, number 7.
And Meadowbrook, those 2 return men are looking directly into the sun.
Yeah, I think you're right. And with this earlier start, that sun still hangs up in that west end zone for a little while longer than what it used to.
Think about this, Dave. We're starting a season right now. It's beautiful. Think about the state championship up in Canton on 1st of December. It's going to be 2-3 inches of snow, windy, and about 20 degrees.
I've been with one of those with old Bubba Pursuit down there about 15 some odd years ago in Massillon Tiger Stadium when wind chill was about sub-zero. And Matthew Harper with a brilliant kickoff, a line drive 4 yards deep into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback as Meadowbrook will take possession.
Meadowbrook return man stood on the 15-yard line, and he kicked it about 20 yards over their heads.
So Meadowbrook now going from the 20-yard line. We'll see what Justice Huey here can get off to a solid start for the Meadowbrook offense.
And what a weapon to have a kicker and just put it to the end zone every time.
Yeah, in high school football, that is really key. 3 wideouts to the far right side, 1 more to the left. And an early flag right off the get-go. Looks like one of the Maysville D linemen jumped into the neutral zone.
Yeah, Andrew Bachman went on the clap by Huey, took one step into the neutral zone, and in high school football, once you cross over, you can't get back, so that's a automatic 5 yards.
So Boffman gives Meadowbrook a 1st and 5 from their 25, and on a quick throw out, a quick screen out to the far right side, and that's Landon Kuhn, I believe, with the catch and a first down up to the 31-yard line, a 6-yard reception.
But that's enough for a Colt first down.
So that's a good confidence builder for the Meadowbrook QB right off the get-go.
And we will see a lot of bubble screens from this Meadowbrook team. And I think we're going to have a timeout already, Dave.
Oh, injury timeout from the far side.
Yeah, there's the injury on the other
Somebody
side.
got tangled up in that mess of blockers out there on that screen. So we'll take a quick 30-second timeout here on NASH Icon FM and on YRPtv. Opening moments here of the first quarter. Meadowbrook already with a first down as we come back to sunny Byesville after this word.
Myra Shearer? Myra who?
Hi, I'm Myra Shire, and I'm running to be the next judge of the Cambridge Municipal Court. No matter how you pronounce my last name, most people know me as Myra, a dedicated public servant. Myra, the assistant law director. Myra, a community volunteer with my husband Jeff. If elected judge, I promise that I will serve Guernsey County with honesty and integrity. I respectfully ask for your vote on November 7th.
Vote Myra in November for Municipal Court Judge. Paid for by Myra Shire for Judge.
Mike Snively and Dave Davidson back on NASH Icon and YRPtv. Cohen Fink, the injured player, walked off on his own power, so a good sign for Coach Craig Clark. Snap back to the QB. That'll be Huey on the keeper, taking it himself up through the right side of the line. Picks up probably 3 up to the 35. And setting up a 2nd down and 7. And coming off of that pile was Wesley Armstead, one of the outside backer defensive backs for Maysville.
Interesting how Meadowbrook sends their 3 receivers to the short side of the field. But Nick Norman has the wide side of the field over here basically manned up.
And the back is also the right side. They isolate him, and they get it out to Norman with the catch around the 38 and tumbles forward to the 40. He'll be 2 yards short of the first down after a gain of 5 more. And Nick Norman's first catch of the evening, reception number 2 for the Colts offense. Trips again right side. 3rd down and 2. They set up quickly, trying to maybe draw Maysville again in a cheap offside penalty, but not this time. And now Huey looking to his right, another bubble screen out to the right side, and that's Nick Norman. Norman's going to be stopped. He will get forward momentum.
That may have been Jacob Burris.
That's Jake Burris, correct. Number 6. And a 3-yard pickup on the quick out first down to the right side. 3rd completion for Justice Huey.
He needed 3. He got 3.5.
10.5 minutes remaining, opening quarter, opening drive for the Colts, now on their 2nd first down from their own 43. Ball over on the right hash. And Maysville's got their dime package out there defensively, and they'll hand it off on the end around for Nick Norman. Norman danced his way around that sideline. Looked like he was going to go out around the 45, but picked up about 2 or 3 extra yards. Turns it into a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, they're going to get the ball to Norman as many times in his hands as many times as they can. He is the playmaker for the Colts this year.
And again, trips receivers to that short right side as they still have that ball hunched over on the right side on the right hash mark. Quick out that time. It's Norman again with the catch. Made it at the 48 of Maysville. Forward progress gets him a first down just ahead of the stick at the 47 of Maysville. And another 5-yard pickup for the Colts offense. So it's really, right now it's a ball control offense. Not using it with the running game, but with the sideline-to-sideline passing.
Mostly passing and jet sweeps, but Nick Norman did a great job. Matthew Harper came in there, almost stripped that ball, but Norman did a good job with ball protection.
Pistol set here again for Justice Huey. And this time he'll give it off to the back, and that is Dalen Rivera. Bounce off the middle of the pile, outside right to the 40, 35, first down and more. Finally brought down in the secondary at the 31 by Maysville's Cade Rock, the sophomore safety, making perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle and a gain of about 21.
Meadowbrook hurrying up to the line.
No, I'm sorry, 15 yards on the run. And if another first down, number 4 for Meadowbrook on this opening drive, with approaching the 9-minute mark of the period, and Rivera is swallowed up this time around the line of scrimmage on that left side of the line. So the first 0 or negative play here for Maysville's defense.
Yeah, nice play there by Matthew Harper, the first guy on the pile there. Huey's had a nice start, though. 4 for 4, 21 yards, a little ball control.
And a 2nd and 10 now. Huey rolling out to his right now. A throwback screen to the left side. He's got Rivera, and he is shoestring tackled. That's a great save by Matthew Harper, who came up with a shoestring stop. And a late flag is coming in well after the play inside the 30. It's going to be a sideline warning on Meadowbrook. And the ball spotted at the 29-yard line. But Harper saved what could have been a really big play there.
Harper's made 2 big plays already on this drive.
Cuts that one down to just about a 3-yard gain instead of what could have been first down yardage. So just a sideline warning, no yardage marked off here against Meadowbrook early on. Our broadcast and our webcast tonight brought to you by Duncan of Cambridge. Approaching 8 minutes to go, first quarter. Still opening drive for Meadowbrook here now. They face their longest third down situation here, Mike.
Yeah,
3rd
and 7 this time. You see if they have to throw it downfield just a little bit, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Looking right sideline, good protection, 4-man rush. Flushed out of the pocket is Huey. Throws toward the sideline, and it's behind his receiver. Wouldn't have been in bounds anyway, inside the 20. Pretty good coverage there by Cade Rock once again for Maysville's defense. So now decision time here for Steve Norman and the Colts with a 4th and 7 at the 29.
They're going to go for it. There's no doubt. Coach Norman loves to go for it inside the other team's 40-yard line. That is the first incompletion for Justice on the night.
Good point. It's been on target so far. Corners have given a lot of cushion right now, about a 7-8 yard cushion at times. Not allowing anything big. Rivera sets up on the left side of the quarterback. Huey looking over the middle, throwing. He's got a man. Is it deep enough? Yes, it is. Touchdown. Caught by Bentley Seedor for a score. And the Colts draw first blood with 7:45 to go in the opening quarter, 6-0.
29-yard touchdown pass to the freshman.
Beautifully thrown ball just over the safety's head, and the freshman Bentley Seedor, 5'11", 170-pounder, hauls it in over his head, makes a great grab with the hands, and hauls it in and clear sailing to the orange end zone for a 6-0 advantage.
Excellent pass, excellent catch there from Huey to Seedor.
And now Huey will be the holder for Dylan Rivera, and that had no chance at all. Either the hold or something got fouled up before Rivera ever got a chance to kick it. It'll be 6-0 Meadowbrook, 7:45 to go in the opening quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds as our NASH Icon football coverage here in Week 1 and on YRPtv continues in a moment. 30.
That almost took half the quarter.
Connellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Dave Davidson and Mike Snively back on NASH Icon FM. Thanks for being with us here on the radio side, and for those watching on YRPtv, enjoy our web live stream coverage. 6-0 Meadowbrook leading Maysville. Panthers now, and Todd Saxon and the crew now will get their chance at 6 points. A nice drive, 4 minutes, 15 seconds, and just one incompletion, as you said, by Huey on that drive.
Yeah, he was 6 of 7 for 53 yards. Meadowbrook here kicking directly into the wind. The huge American flag over here by the scoreboard at Meadowbrook blowing right into Meadowbrook's kicking face.
Dylan Rivera will tee it up. Kickoff brought to you by Valentine Insurance on Southgate Parkway in Cambridge. And Rivera's kick is down the center, fielded at the 14. And upfield, 20, 25, goes Landon Iden, a sophomore, out near the 30-yard line for Maysville, just over the 30. And a nice return of about 18 yards. Maysville's offense will start there.
I had to giggle, Dave, because I looked over there and I thought I saw 6 or 7 flags on that play, but it's the pom-poms of the Maysville cheerleaders. So.
Yep, no flags this time. Why, those are mighty big flags.
Everybody threw a flag on that. That's just the pom-poms.
7:38 to go this opening quarter. Meadowbrook scores on their opener of the season.
Looking like wing T here, Dave.
Yep. And Craig Clark has got this from his coaching days in Coshocton and now at Maysville for a number of years. Opening flag on offense, just like the way the Maysville defense opened on the opening drive at Meadowbrook. 5-yard setback.
Yeah, Coach Clark cannot be happy with his start both offensively and defensively so far. Meadowbrook took almost half the first quarter there with that methodical West Coast style passing scheme.
Looked really fine on their opening drive for sure. Todd Saxton, 6 foot, 185-pound senior quarterback, number 11. His offensive line left to right, Connor Luman, 72, 6 foot 2, 275-pound senior. Logan Wilhite, one of the guards, 5'9", 170, number 56. Center is Gavin Baker, 5'9", 235-pounder, is senior, number 74. And then we'll see Aiden Rhodes, 230-pound junior, and 325-pound sophomore, number 76, Colton Dumel. Wide receiver Tyler DeBolt, 5'9", 170-pound senior. We'll also see Cohen Fink, number 10, 185-pounder, 6'2", senior at tight end from time to time. And also number 15, Dylan Stevens, 6'3", 175-pound senior, is in there at one of the other slot receiver tight ends right now, number 15. Running backs right now, let's see.
I believe that's
so they've got
Cohen Fink.
Yeah, they got Fink in the backfield now. Yep, he is the fullback right now. And Kason Hurdle, number 4, is one of the wings. This will be a handoff on the wing, coming around is Wesley Armstead up to the 30-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2 on their official first play from scrimmage. 7:25 and rolling in this first quarter clock. 6-0 Meadowbrook off the touchdown pass of 29 yards from Justice Huey.
Talon Cannon leaving off where he left off last year on the tackle, who led the team in tackles last year. This year playing a defensive, he's playing a defensive end spot now.
And he better be teaching his other 10 starters out there how to tackle as well. That was a problem a year ago. That passed through the hands of intended target Kason Hurdle out into the left flat. That'll be an incompletion. 3rd down 13 now for Todd Saxton and the Maysville offense, and this is about as bad a start as Craig Clark could have hoped for over on that Maysville sideline.
First offensive play was an illegal procedure. Second offensive play, they had to call a timeout. So, you're exactly right. What do you call 3rd and 13, your first game of the year? Probably not a throwing team if they're in the wing T formation. And they are going to come out a little bit this time and spread it out just a hair.
A couple of wideouts. Armstead will come out as a slot receiver to the right side, looking downfield under some pressure, flushed out of the pocket, and rolling, and got him. That is Talon Cannon again with a tackle for loss and a sack for the Meadowbrook defense as Saxton is brought down back near the 25.
Also Colton Snyder, the freshman.
He was the one, number 20. He was the one that chased him right into Cannon's arms.
So,
good point.
Rough start there for the Maysville Panthers.
They'll spot that ball just behind the 27-yard line, so a loss of about 3 on the sack for the Meadowbrook defense. Approaching the halfway point of this first quarter. 6-0 advantage for the Meadowbrook Colts.
How about 2 big freshmen? Touchdown for one and a big sack for another.
And there's a snap back to Armstead. The punter has to go back to field it, and boy, did he do a fabulous job. Hammers this punt, spiraling back at the 35-yard line. It takes a Maysville bounce all the way back to the 24-yard line, and I'm going to tell you what, that is one sensational play by the Maysville punter. That ball had no chance of being caught as he ran back about 4 yards to field it, ran away from 2 defenders, and still rugby-styled a punt.
A spiral.
45-some-odd yards.
About 51 yards, and he's probably lucky he was left-footed because that's the direction he was scrambling.
Yes.
And he just put the boots to it and really changed field position.
Oh, my. Well, those watching on YRPtv got a real treat there, and watching that athletic play as Armstead really pulls the bacon out of the frying pan for Maysville, at least temporarily. 5:54 to play in the opening quarter. 6-0 lead, and the Colts go back on offense now for the second time. 4 wideouts. This time they'll bring the trips receivers to the left side, wide left side. And they'll hand it off. Rivera off the right guard. Short gain, only a 1-yard pickup up to the 26-yard line. And they're Andrew Boffman, number 19, and Dylan Stevens, number 15, in on the stop.
Give him 2 yards, second down 8.
Meadowbrook gets to the line quick, Dave, but they do take their time once they get to the line. Then they look over to their coaches again just to get their pre-read adjustments.
They'll snap it quickly this time. Oh, near, look out. That was a nice diving defensive pass batted down by, that's number 2. There's your man, Matthew Harper, and he's already made 2 or 3 sensational plays on defensive.
Yes.
Yep. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
Harper just a junior.
So Harper is basically almost playing a bump and run type coverage. He's going to come up and try to jam at least or split a couple of receivers and prevent that short throw. Now they're going to go a little up and go and over the shoulder, and what a catch by Nick Norman outside the 45 to the 48-yard line of Meadowbrook, and that's a first down again, a WB Green Insurance first down for the Meadowbrook Colts. What a perfectly thrown ball by Huey.
I was going to say, I don't think Huey could have put it in the basket any better than he did.
And Nick Norman looking over his shoulder, and that ball had some serious hang time under it.
3 catches.
Officials are looking at something here now. I'm not sure what they're discussing. Sorry?
No, 3 catches for 34 yards, and there's going to be, I think the sideline warning got to him this time. That was the second one for on to Meadowbrook. Is that what that looks like, Dave?
I think you're right. 15. So it is a first down. It's a catch. And it'll be about a gain of 20, about a gain of 21, but then move back 15 yards for the sideline penalty, which they've already been assessed now for the second time in a little less than 7 minutes of game time tonight.
All for naught, but it's still a first down. 1st and 10 still better than 3rd and 9.
Do you suppose that's coordinator Taryn Jarrett that's getting...
He could be one of them.
He's probably picking up one of those, isn't he?
He's clear down on the other
end.
Now.
He's trying to get clear away from it now. I think he might have been at least the guilty party on one of these. Of course, I got to razz him a little bit from before we head into basketball season. There's a nice handoff on the counter up and in. And Braden Black, sophomore, with a nice run up to the 41-yard line, a gain of 8.
More young dudes for the Colts doing things right now.
Doing a lot of good things offensively right now. Just a 3 down lineman set for Maysville, and now they come in and plug some holes. Nice job knifing in there was Todd Saxton, the quarterback/linebacker.
It's going to be really close to a first down, and the official's going to signal on the chain sideline first down.
So Braden Black does pick up 2. Enough to move the chains once again for Meadowbrook at their own 43. 4.5 minutes remaining opening quarter, 6-0. Meadowbrook on top of the Panthers here in Byesville.
4th player for Meadowbrook to already carry the ball in the quarter.
And an illegal procedure of some kind.
And we're going to see that tonight, Dave. We're going to see penalties. We're going to see procedures. We're going to see delays of games. And we're probably going to see cramps. I don't care how cool it is. It's the first night. You're going to see cramps.
You saying kids don't hydrate enough?
It is
Adults
what it
don't
is.
hydrate enough.
Right. How many pickle juice references will be thrown out across Ohio tonight? Got to drink the pickle juice.
Does that really work?
I've never tried it. I don't know. I've heard that. I mean, it has to do
You've never practiced that yourself?
Something to do with assault, you'd think.
We got a timeout here taken now by the Meadowbrook Colts. And we'll step aside for 30 seconds. 6-0 Meadowbrook as they have a first down coming up here this opening quarter. A touchdown on YRPtv and NASH Icon.
Hey, Cambridge, your local Dunkin' is hiring. And while everybody knows that America runs on Dunkin', not everyone knows what Dunkin' runs on. We run on incredible crew members, flexible working hours, community spirit, career opportunities, affordable education opportunities, owners that work with you, and a whole lot of other perks. Want to come run with us? Text DONUTSCOLES, that's Donuts Coles, to 85000. America runs on Dunkin', and Dunkin' runs on you. Cambridge Dunkin' is locally owned and operated.
the Energy Co-op.
Dave Davidson, Mike Snively, back to Eugene Capers Field, a brand new Eugene Capers Field with the new field turf here in Byesville. It's one of the few things that has been completed construction-wise on this campus.
About 3 years away from completing everything here, Dave.
And what a palace it will be when it's all said and done. Pistol shotgun snap. That'll be Huey on a play-action rollout. Finds Nick Norman out to the right flat. 47 across the 50 into Maysville territory. Just short of the first down, around the 48 of the Panthers. And a nice pickup there of about 14. And that was just a simple, just nobody out there.
No.
Everybody kind of flowed to the weak side, and then they came back.
Norman hid within the lineman there, came out on the play action, and you're exactly right. Good play call.
2nd down and 1, and Huey will take it himself. He'll just follow his big ogres through the line and pick up a first down on a gain of 4 up to the 44-yard line. And that, with the tackle, Jacob Tumblin, 350-pounder on that D-line. Number 73 out there, you see taking up about 2 kid spaces out there.
Yeah. There's Maysville playing that 3-man front.
And a little play-action rollout for Huey. And dumps it off to the right flat, and that's a catch for Kuhn. That'll be his 2nd reception, I believe, of the evening. A short pickup, about 3 maybe before stepping out just short of the 40.
So yeah, that's his 2nd for 9 yards tonight. And Justice Huey going to maybe go over the 100-yard marker here way before the end of the first quarter. He's at 94 yards passing right now. 9 of 11.
Solid.
And a touch.
And Huey on the pistol will hand it off and give it around to Braden Black. Short gain, only a yard or so, just short of the 40. Nice pursuit. Wesley Armstead was one of the guys up there for the Panther defense, along with Logan Wilhite, number 56.
So we've seen Meadowbrook several times, Dave, more than 3rd and 5, and they've been successful twice, and one of them being a touchdown. So here's another opportunity for the Maysville defense to try to step up.
3 receivers right, 1 left for Huey. Rolling out to his right. Good protection. Now runs into some pressure. Throws. The catch is made. Defender looked like Fink hit him just a touch early, but Huey still hangs on to it.
He called it incomplete.
Oh, okay. So must not have had the foot in bounds.
I think and that's exactly what the referee said. He did catch the ball, but his feet were out of bounds.
Okay.
And a good defensive play over there by Maysville by just shoving him out of bounds.
So Kuhn, the intended target, hauled it in, just could not drag the toe in time. 4th down and 6 now. Meadowbrook at the Maysville 40, and they will go for it, at least showing that.
They're probably going to try to get him to jump here to make it a shorter. No, they don't.
They snap.
Double pass.
Backward pass. This one's going to Nick Norman. Now the left-hander throws it back across the field, and that's caught by Braden Black. Tripped up, stumbles, and he'll be a half yard short of the first down. He's going to be tripped up at the 35, and they won't get there. They needed 6, and they only get 5. So it'll be Nick Norman with the completed pass to Braden Black, number 8 to number 4. Well-designed play.
Well-designed.
Maysville stayed at home just enough to make the
play. And you know what? They didn't fiddle around with it. They called it right away. But second time Maysville stayed home tonight and saved a big, big play. Now, who was the last catch? Was that by Braden Black?
That was.
That was Black. Okay.
Yep. And Colts turn it over on downs with 2:43 to go first quarter. Still a 6-0 advantage for Meadowbrook here on their home turf. And Todd Saxton will fake the handoff, and he's got a big gaping hole off the right side. 1st down and more to the 50, 40 of Meadowbrook, 35, and finally pulled out by Nick Norman near the 30-yard line of Meadowbrook. Huge gain on the play of about 35.
So that's the biggest play of the game so far for the Panthers.
34 yards unofficially on the quarterback run by Todd Saxton. And I don't know, I think the defense just seemed to flow to the wide side of the field, Mike, and then they just forgot about the quarterback.
Went for the play fake. Somebody didn't stay at home.
And it was a good play fake. I thought Fink did have it, and they were sweeping left, but obviously fooled some interior defenders, too, for Meadowbrook. So Maysville turns in by far its best play of the evening so far.
Maysville's opened up the offense, too, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that they have. Illegal procedure. 5-yard penalty back against Maysville, setting up 1st and 15 from the Colt 36. Not sure. Somebody just flinched a little bit. somewhere there before the snap.
Or lined up across the ball. But, I mean, this is not a wing T formation here. They kind of opened it up here, went 4 wide with a running back shotgun.
And this will be a pass out to the left flat. That's Fink, almost a backward pass, but we'll call it forward. It's pretty much straight across into the flat. That'll be a pickup of 3. They'll stop him at the 33-yard line. And big number 20, Colton Snyder, was out there in the vicinity with that stop.
And if you're thinking right now, if you're Maysville, we're already in 4-down territory. Unless we have a phenomenal kicker.
Approaching 2 minutes to go first quarter. Colts 6, Maysville nothing. And a 2nd and 12. From the pistol again, this will be a handoff. Fink has it, but has no chance of going forward. They stop him for a loss of a couple of yards. And a whole host of Colts were back there. The first one to nail him was Deshaun Mail, the senior, number 13.
And there was probably 8 orange helmets to the football on that one. That's exactly what Meadowbrook wants to see on defense.
At D-line, Casey Clendenning, number 75. Ethan Hetty, number 77. In there on occasion, not in there at the moment. And the other is Zayden Yeagle, number 52, in at defensive tackle right now on the D-line for Meadowbrook. 3rd and 14 play as Saxton rolling out to his right, throwing down the sideline. That's up for grabs. It's going to be picked off, and it is caught. Is that Norman again?
That is Nick Norman.
Up the left sideline to the 30, 35-yard line, out near the 40, and a return of 20 yards on the interception. Nick Norman can catch him on offense and defense.
And he's been stellar on both sides of the ball, Dave. He's leaving where he left off last year. So Meadowbrook's got a lot of momentum here with 1 minute and 7 seconds left in this first quarter.
39.
And I guess, it takes away a potential scoring opportunity. Obviously, you don't want to turn it over, but really on a 3rd and long play, throwing it deep down there, it's as good as a pooch punt.
And then Norman returns it about 20 yards.
Right, and Meadowbrook still winds up with pretty good field position out of it. Straight ahead handoff, Braden Black, right up the gut for a gain of 5. And tripped up there by Noah Jarju, a junior 5'8", 205-pound linebacker, number 16.
Braden Black's 4th carry for 16 yards. He's going to get it again.
Quick snap again. Braden Black straight up the middle of the line again. Stopped just a half yard short of the first down. A gain of 4 before he's snowed under by a sea of white jerseys. Wesley Armstead was in there again along with linebacker Logan Wilhite. 30 seconds remaining. I think it's like they'll snap it one more time.
Less than a yard here. 3rd and 1.
From their own 48, Meadowbrook with a 6-0 lead. Quick snap, and Huey will take it himself. The quarterback just weaves his way, finds some space, and has an easy first down and a gain of 6 to the Panther 45-yard line as they'll stop the clock momentarily with 16 seconds to move the chains here.
And if you're seeing the game on TV, you notice that the brown was pushing the white back there. All 5 guys in the brown up front were pushing the team in the white back. Pretty simple game when you can do it like that.
Another WB Green Insurance first down for the Meadowbrook Colts in this first quarter as we come to the end of the first. 6-0, Meadowbrook leading Maysville, and the Colts will have a first down and 10 from the Panther 45. When we come back on NASH Icon and YRPtv, second quarter action upcoming.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
Hey football fans, Laborers, Local 530 in Zanesville, Ohio is cheering on all the local high school teams this year. Serving Muskingum, Perry, Noble, and Guernsey counties, Local 530 represents around 400 skilled men and women in the building and construction trades. They work with over 100 signatory contractors, providing committed and experienced laborers for building, heavy highway, and pipeline construction. For more information, give them a call at 740-453-1214. Good luck to all the teams from Laborers Local 530.
Our thanks to all the gang here, our YRPtv crew, and
flipping sides here. They forgot to flip sides.
Well, it's early in the season. Everybody's still a little rusty yet. as we start the second quarter. Mike Snively, Dave Davidson, and the 6-0 advantage for Meadowbrook. And at the Maysville 45 now on the clap. Good protection by the Meadowbrook line. All time to throw, and then Huey just nobody open, has to chuck it away to the Meadowbrook sideline. 2nd and 10.
Huey wanted to get Nick Norman on a stop and go, but number 6, Caleb Monlow, didn't bite for the pump fake and did a nice job over there. He's a 5'7", 160-pound junior. And I hope I'm pronouncing his name. Monlux. Okay, Monlux. Yep. Sometimes that X is silent.
Yep.
You know.
You went a little Francais with that.
Cajun.
A little French quarter. And on the fake handoff, Huey's under some heat now and try to throw it away to find Kuhn, the intended receiver. Will they give him the benefit of the doubt? It looks like they will. That's a little bit of a dangerous play from Huey, but gets away with it. No intentional grounding, and got it at least far enough toward the receiver.
And Will Heighton Saxton putting big pressure on it, and that's an excellent play by Huey just to get rid of that thing and live to see another day and make it 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 20.
Early moments of the second quarter. 6-0 advantage for the home squad, and Meadowbrook sends 4 receivers streaking down the field. Huey unloads it. Coming back to the football is Kuhn. It was a little bit too short of him. Incomplete. In coverage again was Monlux, number 6. And just not quite enough mustard on the ball as he had to throw against his body there rolling out to the left.
Yeah, that was a tough throw to your left. Excellent coverage. And if you're right there, if you're Maysville, you hope you don't get an interference call on that one, which they didn't call. But this is going to be an interesting thing. I could see possibly be a quick punt here by Braden Black. As deep as he is right now, I could see Huey moving over and just a quick punt. Or Huey.
They're shifting around a little bit. Normally the puntler Bentley Seedor, they're going to give it on a double reverse, almost kind of like the old scissors play almost, but that was way out here on the right side as Braden Black gave it off to number 6, Jake Burris. Boy, that was a mighty dangerous play call right in the middle of the field.
And Burris got stung. I mean, he got hit.
And he's still feeling it. That's a loss of 3 on the play, so Maysville's defense comes up with another big stop. That's a razzle-dazzle play on 4th down and
about midfield, yeah.
It's certainly Coach Norman not afraid to roll those dice on occasion. He did it here with a 6-0 lead. Half-minute gone here in this second quarter, 11:33 to play, and now Maysville put together a few first downs on their last drive and giving it off to Cohen Fink. Fink blasting right through the middle of the line for a gain of 9. And the quarterback now, Matthew Harper, number 2, is now shifted into the QB spot here for Coach Craig Clark here, Mike. 6', 170-pounder. We've seen him make good 2 or 3 plays we've talked about on defense. Now he's going to try to make some plays on offense.
Well, he's a player, and we know that. So Coach Clark needs to find that spark where he can get it, and then that was a pretty good start to this drive. It's early, though, Dave. Really, really early.
And, everybody's still trying to find out what they've got. And Harper with the snap now gives it off. The first handoff to Kason Hurdle, the wingback, and then Armstead is the one, number 7, who carries it through the line. Kind of another double handoff.
Same thing,
play. And that's going to be just short of the first down, they say, 3rd and inches.
I think they're going to have to measure that one.
Right now, at least, it stands for a gain of 1. And whether or not that 1 is just long enough.
Well, they just moved the ball up. Now it's a first down.
Well, they didn't have it spotted correctly. And again, the line judge over there on the far side, what can I say? It's first game of the season. We're still working on some things.
You don't see a lot of measurements anymore. Where they bring the chains out, you just don't see it a whole lot.
Yeah. So a first down. WB Green Insurance first down. Matthew Harper out of the gun. Carries it off the right tackle, and he is blasted backward after his forward momentum gets him to the 41-yard line, a gain of 1. And he was met out there, looks like
Alan Cannon.
Yeah, and then also number 23, Will Smalley, was in on that exchange too, one of the linebackers, number 23. 10 minutes and counting, second quarter, still a 6-0 advantage, Meadowbrook over Maysville. Tyler DeBolt, senior receiver, to the near side of the field on the left side, number 8 to the wide left. And they'll go back to wing T now as Harper pitches it on the wing on the end around for Kason Hurdle, number 4, and he's going to be dropped back for a loss, back to close to the original line of scrimmage, back at the 42-yard line. Great pursuit there, and Norman and company.
McManaway all over that play. Cooper McManaway, number 12.
So a 3rd down and 10 now for Maysville. Not necessarily 4-down territory, but certainly these, 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 10s.
Yeah.
You know that Coach Craig Clark over there is just cringing a little bit and just kind of tensing up and holding like these. This is not the situations I want these young kids in.
Absolutely not.
Harper has 3 receivers out to his right side, throws a middle screen over to Fink, and he was hammered by Talon Cannon, number 55, who busted up that middle screen. It's going to be a personal foul. Roughing the passer's the call as they got Harper.
Wow.
With a roughing the quarterback.
That's a huge, huge penalty because they had all kind of pressure on the quarterback, and Cannon made a fantastic play on reading the screen pass and breaking it up. That's just a huge, huge penalty.
And I don't think that's necessarily like a targeting call. I think it was just, maybe a little bit too.
Just a hair late. I mean.
Just, didn't check up. One of those kinds of things, but tough break for the Meadowbrook Colts defense. 15-yard penalty. Coach Craig Clark and the Panthers will take it for sure, as they have the ball now on the left hash just outside the 27 of Meadowbrook, down by 6-0 score.
Looks to me like Maysville broke the huddle with too many guys.
Yeah.
And they did not.
Well,
now he comes. Okay, they were missing somebody.
Now they come back on.
You don't have a penalty here?
Nope, they broke with 11 and went out with 10. Now they got 11 again. And Armstead in motion to the right side, and they will.
Saxon's playing running back a lot now.
Yeah, he'll hand it off straight up the middle. So Saxton goes quarterback turn running back, picks up 2, up to the 25.
Colts really have to be happy with what they're seeing defensively, though, right now. Have a 0 on that board with 8:35 left in the second quarter.
Well, I did not see much of this Meadowbrook team a year ago, but at least what they're showing here right now, I mean, the defense pursuing and just the tackling fundamentals you're seeing already looks much better.
The pursuit for sure is there.
And Harper runs into his own man, throws out, flips it out to the right flat. Nice effort, but the ball skips into the hands of Kason Hurdle, number 4, incomplete at the 15-yard line. Nice job by Harper just to elude the pressure. He ran into one of his own guys and kind of got knocked off kilter and still able to at least give the play a chance.
And you do, once again, high school football, you probably don't have a kicker. It's going to kick it from here. You have 2 downs here to get the first down, so Maysville's got to be thinking if we pick up 4 or 5 here and 4 or 5 on the next one, we don't have to go for it all right now.
3rd down and 8 from the 25-yard line of Meadowbrook. 8:14 to play, second quarter. Meadowbrook on top by a touchdown, 6-0 with the PAT failing. 3 wide receivers out to the right side, and
jailbreak screen in the middle.
Yep, they tried to set it up for Armstead, number 7, and the pass was out in front of him, so probably just a situation maybe of just not a lot of reps.
Right.
Not a lot of reps for Harper.
Timing and spacing look really bad. Now maybe they are going to kick a field goal here. This is going to be about a 42-yarder. I don't think they're going to punt.
Yeah, it looks like they're bringing out the kicking tee.
Now, I've never seen a manager bring the block out. Usually the guy, the holder, brings the block out, or the kicker.
Yep. We want to be part of the action. Caleb Mondlux, number 6, is the holder. Matthew Harper will attempt this field goal. It's 42 yards. And
no wind right now.
No, it is completely still. That's a beautiful kick. Drills a line drive, and it is up and good. Just inside the right upright. And Harper, I'll tell you what, he's got to be proud of his efforts so far tonight. He has had a kickoff into the end zone, and now a 42-yard three-pointer for Maysville.
And he probably would have made that from 50.
That was an excellent kick, so they cut the deficit in half, does Maysville. 6-3 now after the Matthew Harper 42-yard field goal for the Panthers. 8:07 to play in this first half. We'll step aside for 30 seconds as our high school football coverage of week number 1 with Meadowbrook and Maysville continues after this on YRPtv and NASH Icon.
Calling all truck drivers. If you're looking for a change, 45 Logistics in Zanesville wants you to join their team. 45 Logistics is a family-owned regional trucking company in Zanesville. Enjoy being home every weekend with no team runs and no hazmat endorsement required. Earn 54 cents per mile, plus health benefits, paid vacation, and safety bonuses. For more information, call 740-647-1430 or online at 45dli.com. Everyone at 45 Logistics wants to wish the local teams good luck this football season.
Hi, this is Gabby from People's Bank. I'm here to tell you about People's Bank's new CD special. It is so good, you need to stop by any People's Bank location today and ask your banker to tell you more. Or visit pebo.com. This special will not last long. You must open your account by September 7th. People's Bank. Working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Look at this. And this WB Green Insurance kickoff, it's up to the 30 and falling on it. Yep, Jake Burris able to fall on it. It was a nice little bloop kick as Maysville just tried to kick it into some open space somewhere.
Pitching wedge.
Yeah.
I thought that ball for sure was just going to keep rolling out of bounds, but it had enough backspin on it.
Well, so WB Green Insurance first down coming here for Meadowbrook. That kickoff brought to you by Valentine Insurance in Cambridge on Southgate Parkway.
Harper drilled it through the end zone last time.
And whoops, the big fellow, the nose tackle up front, moving on the clap. And that's the one guy closest to the football.
Yep.
That should never be offside,
and he is
right?
coming out now. But once that momentum got going, and you just see he gave up on it.
Well, give him credit though. He didn't blast the guy in front of him.
No, that's true.
First down and 5 now after the offside penalty. A little flip reverse to Norman. Norman up the right sideline. Had to find some space, stuttered for a moment, let his blocks develop across the 40 and gets to the 45-yard line and is able to pick up another WB Green Insurance first down, close to 10.
Nick Norman, 2 carries, 14 yards. Also on the receiving end, he has 4 catches for 49 yards. So almost probably going to hit that 100-yard barrier tonight of total offense for Nick Norman.
Huey on the handoff for Rivera. Vera has another first down carry as he started up the middle, busted outside right across the 50 and is into Maysville territory over the 45 to the 41 before he's finally brought down, and that's another 13 for Dylan Rivera.
13 one play, 13 one play, 14 the next play, so 27 total rushing yards last 2 plays for the Colts.
And on the fake handoff, not sure if that was designed to be that way. That looks like a busted play, but Huey keeps it himself and is stopped at the line of scrimmage by number 19, Andrew Boffman.
Seedor, the young freshman coming in motion there, collided with Huey on the jet motion, and I would say that was not by design. Just a guess.
Under 7 minutes to go first half. Meadowbrook 6, Maysville 3 after an impressive 42-yard line drive field goal by Matthew Harper of Maysville. And Rivera straight through the right side of the offensive line, busts his way for a gain of about 3 to the 38-yard line, stopped by Fink and by linebacker Logan Wilhite, number 56.
Rivera, that's his 5th carry for 33 yards. Colts hustle up to the line again.
And out of the pistol again, quick throw out to the left side, and Nick Norman caught it. Runs down the sideline, breaks tackles to the 10-5, and he scores! A touchdown for Meadowbrook, 38 yards on the reception to Nick Norman. Turns what should have been about a 5 to 7 yard gain into 38 and a score.
Not only that, there was a lot of cushion, and he broke 2 tackles basically too. So that's a big play there from a nice pass there, just an out route from from Huey to Norman. I think the Colts might try to go for 2 here.
Well, after the looks of that last point after attempt, that is something that they'll be working on a little bit more in practices this coming week. Probably not. I'm guessing that's not something that was worked on a ton because...
Now here's the block. As we say that, they brought the block out. And a manager brought it clear out on the field again.
All right. Well, the managers want to be involved in this game too.
Usually you just chucked it on the field if you forgot it.
And what have we got going on here?
Wow, there has to be a penalty.
Kicking block comes off.
Now it's... Wow. There's all kind of stuff going on here, Dave.
I did not see what.
Well, you think it was a celebration penalty as a 15-yard penalty.
Okay.
Meadowbrook doesn't realize they're going for 2 yet. Norman's running on the field. Clendenning's running on the field. So it's going to be a 2-point conversion from the 18-yard line. Looking for a play clock down to 9. There it is.
So the touchdown counts, 12-3. Meadowbrook going for 2 from about the 17. And Huey heaves it for Norman to the right end zone. Had him there, beat Fink and company there, but just out of his reach. Nick Norman incomplete to the right corner of the end zone. And so the score remains 12-3. Meadowbrook on top of Maysville with 6:17 to play in this opening quarter. We'll step aside for this commercial break on YRPtv and NASH Icon. Stay with us.
Attention all car seekers, ready to find the perfect new or used car? Look no further than Troy Blair at Dunning Motor Sales, where expert assistance awaits you. Troy Blair is a proud alum of the Meadowbrook Colts. Let him guide you to your dream ride. Troy will ensure you drive away in style with all your questions answered. So don't wait another moment. Visit Dunning Motor Sales today. Experience the difference Troy Blair can make in your car buying journey. You'll be hitting the road in your new vehicle in no time. Greg Motor Sales, located at 2840 South River Road in Zanesville, would like to wish all the local high school athletes good luck with their upcoming season. At Greg Motor Sales, they sell used cars ranging from around $1,000 and up. If you're looking for your next affordable and reliable car, give Greg Motor Sales a call at 740-454-7060 or shoot them a message and follow them on Facebook at Greg's Motor Sales.
Mike Snively, Dave Davidson back to Eugene Capers Field as the sun is now set down behind the trees. Nice, cool,
beautiful, cool night.
Cool summer evening, my friend, for week number 1.
Feels like September. Late September.
Well, and not only that, but I think we're glad that we were not one of those handful of games that played last night.
With all the lightning delays. But you know what, Dave? The heat's coming Sunday.
That's all right. Bring it.
It's going to get hot.
Bring it. I'm ready. I'm not ready for this cool fall weather, leaf-changing color stuff yet.
I agree. I'm with you 100%.
And this kickoff brought to you by Valentine Insurance in Cambridge. And another pooch kick, so Meadowbrook returns the favor, and it's covered up by Matthew Harper at the 25-yard line. And Maysville's offense will take over there.
Seeing a lot of pooch kicks here tonight by both teams. So Maysville had a little semblance of an offense last time. Got a little momentum. 42-yard field goal by Harper, who's just a pretty dynamic player. So Maysville's going to go wide again.
And a couple of receivers. Fake handoff. That'll be now the starting quarterback, Todd Saxton, number 11, back taking snaps, and he'll run straight ahead for a gain of 3 up just ahead of the 28-yard line.
Saxton, 4 carries for just 5 yards. So Meadowbrook doing a great job with the run defense. Only giving up 16 yards on the ground so far, Dave.
Yeah, and you're not sure exactly. Maysville still, they're in a rebuilding phase here too. You're not sure how strong their offense here just yet is, but again, just as you can see, the fundamentals of the tackling on the defensive side here just looks a whole lot more crisp.
Much better.
Early
That's a
on.
nice throw.
Right over the middle. That's a catch for Matthew Harper, who plays about every position except nose tackle on this team, and he makes another nice grab outside the 40 and is wrapped up and thrown down around the 47-yard line with a WB Green Insurance Maysville Panther first down.
That was by far the best passing play on the night for the Panthers.
Yep, looked real sharp there.
Just their second completion on the night.
19 yards on that grab. Little run after the catch, too, about another 5 yards after that. So Matthew Harper, right now the man of the match for Maysville so far as they trail at 12-3. Saxton with a play-action fake, throws it out to the left flat. That's caught for Armstead. Armstead is airplane spun down at the 45-yard line of Meadowbrook as he left his feet but picks up 8 yards. Tackled by Meadowbrook's Noah Farley back there, a senior defensive back on the stop.
Also, McManaway caused the helicopter effect at the end.
Nice effect. Gain of 8 for Wesley Armstead on the quick pass. Under 4.5 minutes and counting. First half, 12-3, Meadowbrook on top of Maysville. Both of these teams with just a couple of wins between them last season. And Harper in motion, providing a lead block for Saxton as he was snowed under. Talon Cannon was there, and there's McManaway again, wrapping him up right at the ankles.
And somebody came in there late, and I think that was maybe Burris that's coming off limping. I think that's number 6. Or yes, that's
You're right.
That was Jacob Burris. He came in there hard, but he kind of got crunched up on top of. Looks like he's going to be okay.
Kind of thinking he probably got hit by his own man, frankly.
I think you're right.
Got hurt by his own brown and orange. Gain of 1 for Saxton. The QB is a yard short of the first down. 44-yard line of Meadowbrook. Out of the pistol, Saxton, quarterback keeper, and hit immediately by Colton Snyder, the freshman defensive end, comes in and drops Saxton for a loss of about 3 back to the 47-yard line. That play had no chance.
Decision time here for Maysville. Looks like they are going to go for it, but you don't get it here. Meadowbrook could go down and go up 2 scores.
Clock running at 3:10 to go first half.
Almost 3 scores.
A 2-score game right now for Meadowbrook with a 9-point lead, 12-3. Maysville will go for it at the Meadowbrook 47 with a 4th and 4.
Tried to get them to jump off sides, and Meadowbrook didn't go for it.
They're going to try to get them to
I think
jump.
that's all they're going to do. I don't think they're going to snap the football.
Yep.
Play clock, and they do call the timeout.
So Coach Craig Clark will burn the timeout and avoid the delay penalty. And so 2:49 to play, second quarter. Maysville now will probably come out with a punt formation coming out of this timeout. Our sponsors tonight, we want to thank them here on our NASH Icon FM side of things. Valentine Insurance, 45 Logistics, Surgent Construction, Rotorua Rehab, Laborers Local 530, Patrons Buckeye Mutual, Myra Shearer for Municipal Judge, Doane Ford, Rogers Company, People's Bank, Stoney's RV, Dunkin' Donuts of Cambridge, Bruner Land Company, Greg's Motor Sales, WB Green, and West 40 Auto Sales.
We've always had great sponsors, Dave. We're so lucky and fortunate to have those folks.
Some new ones have joined on with us this year, but a lot of old faithfuls that have sponsored.
Yeah, exactly.
For a few decades now.
Yeah.
AVC Sports, and we do appreciate their support of high school football and basketball and baseball all through the season here on AVC Sports. 4th down and 4. Maysville's going to set up. Well, they were going to go for it, and now a couple of guys jump.
Quarterback and the running back.
Yeah, Tyler DeBolt way out there on the far right side. DeBolt jumped the gun about 2 yards ahead of the line of scrimmage. And that's a pair of seniors there that made some mistakes there. A 5-yard penalty, bringing it back to the Maysville 48-yard line. So a punt situation now at 4th and 9.
Armstead launched one last time. I believe that's Armstead. Number 7.
Yep. And we'll see what he does this time. He's going to look.
He's
going to run. Now he'll set up, and the left footer will run to his left and rugby style that. It worked for him well last time.
What a great play.
Works again, too, and the ball rolls all the way inside the 5.
I mean, that's a great punt idea if you have an athlete like that can do it.
47-yard punt, no return. Out of Wesley Armstead, who has now put together 2 beautiful kicks, averaging about 47 yards on the night.
Absolutely. Left footer, you don't see a lot of that either.
Well, in a game like this, when the offense is struggling, you're still in the game. You're only down 12-3.
Right.
And now, that's at least twice and probably 3 times where, between Harper and Armstead both now in the kicking game, they have pinned Meadowbrook and at least making a play a full field.
Yes, and this is going to be close to a safety. No, they're going to get Rivera tackled at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Dalen Rivera had no chance to get outside on that left side, and he was lucky referee didn't clap his hands.
Caleb Munlocks almost caused the safety there.
And that nose of the football is not quite to the 1-yard line. And that was a big loss.
His progress was just outside of the goal line, but you're about as far back as you can go. So what you want to do here? I think somebody goes deep here and just tries to hit somebody deep. See if they can set a school record for a 99.5-yarder. It's basically man-to-man coverage out here on these two receivers to the left here.
And a straight-ahead dive, and that's going to get maybe a yard. And the big fellow, the nose tackle, the 350-pounder Jacob Tumblin, a sophomore, is in there to bottle things up for the Maysville defense. Panthers now will call, I think that's their final timeout.
Yes, that's our last timeout. Meadowbrook has 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, maybe Coach Craig Clark for Maysville now licking his chops a little bit, thinking, hey, this might be, Meadowbrook might be giving us an opportunity here.
Pin your ears back and go after them. I mean, they need a momentum shift big time.
Come get your money!
1:41 to play in this first half. Meadowbrook leading 12-3 over the Maysville Panthers.
And we haven't seen Meadowbrook punt tonight. So, you know, you've got to, if you're going to have to punt, you want to get yourself some room here to punt.
Interesting play call coming up on 3rd and 13 for Steve Norman's Colts.
And the punter, might I add, is a freshman, number 17, Bentley Seedor. Can you imagine your first punt coming with your heels on the end line?
I don't think you'd want it.
Colts come out 3 wide.
Trips to the right, one more to the left side. And there's throwing deep down the sideline. One-on-one coverage looking for Norman. Had it in his hands and dropped it at the 30. Might have been swiped out at the last moment, maybe by Monlux, but that looked like that was right in the breadbasket.
It's where it needed to be, but Monlux, you know, I think just got a fingertip in there, swiped it, and actually a good play, because if he doesn't, that could have been the school record.
Or perhaps Norman maybe just lost with that offhand from Monlux, maybe just lost sight of the ball for just a moment.
And here's the exact scenario we just discussed. Seedor's going to punt, and his feet are going to be, like I said, as close as you can get. He's almost underneath the goalpost.
So Meadowbrook's punt team now tested for the first time. And Seedor is going to run out to his right. Look out. He runs away.
And I'm not sure.
Well, that's interesting. He's run outside left toward the sideline, never had a remote chance of getting a punt away, and he's going to be bounced out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Did he look to punt? Was that going to be a rugby-style punt?
He never even flinched like he was going to even put the ball down on his foot.
To me, that looked like it was run all the way.
So, Maysville given a gift here. 1st and goal at the Meadowbrook 2-yard line. 1:33, but no timeout. Still plenty of time to get 3 or 4 plays in of their choosing.
I think Maysville only, I didn't see
Saxon, the quarterback, unmolested, untouched to the end zone off the right side, and a 2-yard touchdown run for Saxton. And just like that, Maysville makes this a little closer at 12-9.
Yeah, that was just an interesting choice on the punt. And we discussed it. That's a freshman out there, first punt in a varsity football game. And you're backed up against the back of the end zone.
And
every extra point here, Dave, is going to be crucial.
Absolutely.
Especially with the field goal kicker that Maysville has, who
5'10" senior.
Sammy Scott.
Yep, Sammy Scott. And this nice job getting the hold down. And that's Tyler DeBolt, who had that snap really just kind of in on his chest, got the ball away from his body and got it down just in time for Sammy Scott to punch it through. So the PAT is good with 1:31 to go. And we got a new ball game here, man. 12-10, Meadowbrook.
Brand new game. Not quite sure what was happening there, but once again, we called it. It could get interesting here.
Interesting so far. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. We'll come back with our high school football coverage here. The final minute and a half of this first half. 12-10 Meadowbrook over Maysville. Back in a moment.
Looking to buy land? Do you want 5 acres or more, say up to 50 acres? Bruner Land Company off I-77 Vocational Road, Byesville has land for sale. Buy acreage in Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and Indiana. Bruner Land Company has 500 tracts of land to choose from and creative financing for buyers. When it's land you want to buy, it's Bruner Land Company you should call. Bruner Land Company, Byesville, off I-77. Give them a call at 685-3064 or go to brunerland.com.
Dave Davidson, Mike Snively, back to Eugene Capers Field in Byesville. And an interesting situation with Meadowbrook being pinned. Maysville's defense come up with a couple of nice stops. Nearly got a safety, and then instead got a better gift as they stopped Meadowbrook back at the 2-yard line and punched it in with a Saxton quarterback run. Here is
Trey Gray.
Number 7, Trey Gray. All the way across the field from left to right, up ahead of the 32, almost the 33-yard line, and a return of about 20, 21 yards.
Meadowbrook has 2 timeouts left here. They've shown they can score pretty quickly if they need to, so that's plenty of time with 2 timeouts with this offense. Now, I will mention that Maysville will get the ball to start the second half. I think the officials blew the whistle and made the entire Meadowbrook offense jump there, and he kind of knew it was a bad timing for that whistle, so now they're going to let them reset.
Okay. At the 33, it's Huey looking out to his left. No one there. Now sidearms one across the middle and looking for Nick Norman at the 40-yard line, but good coverage by Caleb Mondlux, number 6. Incomplete pass at the shoe top, 2nd and 10.
11 of 18 for Huey, 132 yards and a touchdown. His number 1 target has been Nick Norman. He has 5 catches for 87 yards.
And again out of the pistol, Huey hands it off. This is Dalen Rivera. Rivera bounces around a couple of times off the right side of the line, past the 35, up near the 37.
Noah Jarju in there with a big play.
5-yard pickup for Rivera. And a minute to go. Meadowbrook is not going to do anything crazier than what they've already done on that last series.
No, they're going to let this thing run as much as they can, I would think.
Still 2 timeouts left, as we said, but they're probably going to feel it out. If they get a first down here, they may use one of their timeouts. High snap back to Huey, pump fakes, and now goes down the right side looking for Seedor. Had it in his hands at the moment, but Armstead bats it out there at the 25-yard line of Maysville, deep down the sideline. So a 4th and 5 coming with just over 33.5 seconds remaining in this first half. 12-10 Meadowbrook over Maysville.
Also a nice play there by number 8, Tyler DeBolt. Now, that was Seedor on that long route there. He's got to go run all the way back down and punt. And we know what happened on the last special teams play for the Colts. It kind of changed the complexion of the game.
And Seedor asking for the 11th man to come out and help block for him. And he'll set up. Seedor running out to his right, and a rugby-style punt. He's going to punt it all the way back diagonal across the field left side. Scooped up by Armstead at the 24. Eludes a couple of Colts. Spins ahead of the 30. Lawn dart is thrown in way from behind the kicking team of Meadowbrook. A 10-yard return for Armstead, but probably not going to stand.
Good arm by the referee. Probably threw that flag 20 yards.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that looked like some lawn dart practice to me.
Yeah.
Good old metal tips. those flags they're using today look like they're weighted a little more than
they do, and they look like they haven't been washed in a while either.
Good point. This is coming back against Maysville.
Now, if you're Maysville here, I mean, Meadowbrook has 2 timeouts. They could theoretically just knee on it. And if I'm Craig Clark, I might be thinking about that right now because you got a little bit of momentum going into halftime.
You're getting the ball in the second half, and the way this game started, the first couple of series for offensively and defensively, he's got to be tickled to death. He's only down by 2.
Yeah, I would be surprised to see the ball in the air here.
Saxton from the pistol, high snap, pulls it down, runs straight ahead off the right side, spins away from one tackle, forward progress, has a first down out to the 30, a gain of 11 for the quarterback Saxton. Clock will stop momentarily with 13.4. Maysville will rush back to the line with no timeouts. And now trying to snap it again here, rolling out to his right is Saxton, again looking to throw, and had a man, Armstead, around the 41, but it's a little bit too low for him, and the clock stops 4.3 seconds on the incompletion.
And this should be the last play of the half here. Meadowbrook in a prevent defense, 3 guys with behind the ball at least 15, 20 yards, 20, 25 yards, I should say.
Now,
fourth man.
Head coach Craig Clark will send in Sammy Scott. Number 3 is the receiver out to the far right side. And Caleb Monlux to the near side, along with Armstead in the slot. And 4 wideouts as Saxton throws over the middle. That's over the Colt defenders. It's caught by Armstead.
Wow.
Maybe gets a block there at the 45. Runs out of bounds inside the 30-yard line of Meadowbrook. A nice gain on offense, but time runs out on the Panthers after Todd Saxton completes his longest pass attempt of the half and does it on the final play, 45 yards.
Yes, 45 yards, biggest play, and I was thinking, why aren't they just kneeling it? Well, that's why. That's why I'm up here and they're down there coaching.
There, made it interesting once again, but time expires here in the first half. So after 24 minutes at Eugene Capers Field, Meadowbrook 12 and Maysville 10. Our scoreboard updates brought to you by Clark Family Practice. We'll have some of those coming up for you here in the near future. And our halftime report, sponsored by Surgent Construction here on NASH Icon. So our thanks to all of our sponsors. We're going to break away for these messages. I think we'll have our Ohio News Network halftime feature, I believe, coming up too on maybe on the FM side. Yes? No? Okay. Not on that side tonight. And both of the bands, Maysville and Meadowbrook, who will perform. I think we'll have that for you here on our those of you watching on our live stream. So we'll step away here for a few minutes. Mike Snively will total up some statistics of this one, and entertaining first half between these two as Meadowbrook leads it at home 12-10 over the Maysville Panthers. We'll step aside now on YRPtv and NASH Icon. Stay with us for our halftime report sponsored by Surgent Construction.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
Raider Rehab in Byesville wants to wish the Meadowbrook football team good luck as they enter the 2023 season. Raider Rehab is Byesville area's only outpatient physical therapy clinic providing quality, patient-centered, one-on-one care, accepting all insurances and no waiting list. Experience quality care today, only at Raider Rehab. For more information, visit their website at RaiderRehabPT.com or give them a call, 740-685-9800. Go Colts!
Hey football fans, Laborers, Local 530 in Zanesville, Ohio is cheering on all the local high school teams this year. Serving Muskingum, Perry, Noble, and Guernsey counties, Local 530 represents around 400 skilled men and women in the building and construction trades. They work with over 100 signatory contractors, providing committed and experienced laborers for building, heavy highway, and pipeline construction. For more information, give them a call at 740-453-1214. Good luck to all the teams from Laborers Local 530.
Surgent Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing an exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgent.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgent Construction. We'll take it from here.
Attention all car seekers, ready to find the perfect new or used car? Look no further than Troy Blair at Dunning Motor Sales, where expert assistance awaits you. Troy Blair is a proud alum of the Meadowbrook Colts. Let him guide you to your dream ride. Troy will ensure you drive away in style with all your questions answered. So don't wait another moment. Visit Dunning Motor Sales today. Experience the difference Troy Blair can make in your car buying journey. You'll be hitting the road in your new vehicle in no time.
Myra Shearer? Myra who?
Hi, I'm Myra Shire, and I'm running to be the next judge of the Cambridge Municipal Court. No matter how you pronounce my last name, most people know me as Myra, a dedicated public servant. Myra, the assistant law director. Myra, a community volunteer with my husband Jeff. If elected judge, I promise that I will serve Guernsey County with honesty and integrity. I respectfully ask for your vote on November 7th.
Vote Myra in November for Municipal Court Judge. Paid for by Myra Shire for Judge.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
What is a cooperative? A cooperative like Guernsey Muskingum Electric is your local rural electric provider. The owners are not investors on Wall Street. They are actual members using the electricity. Decisions are made by local directors who know, listen, and care about their neighbors. A cooperative is not driven by profit or stock prices. Instead, they are driven by providing safe, reliable electricity at a reasonable price. That's the cooperative difference. Guernsey Muskingum Electric, your touchstone energy cooperative.
Fall means cooler temperatures and the changing of the seasons. The Rogers Company is ready with all heating services. They install furnaces, geothermal, ductless systems for both residential and commercial. They provide repairs and maintenance to all makes and models. On the commercial side, they're the area's refrigeration company. Put the Rogers Company team to work for you. Call 740-685-8677. The Rogers Company says, go Colts!
Hey, Cambridge, your local Dunkin' is hiring. And while everybody knows that America runs on Dunkin', not everyone knows what Dunkin' runs on. We run on incredible crew members, flexible working hours, community spirit, career opportunities, affordable education opportunities, owners that work with you, and a whole lot of other perks. Want to come run with us? Text DONUTSCOLES, that's Donuts Coles, to 85000. America runs on Dunkin', and Dunkin' runs on you. Cambridge Dunkin' is locally owned and operated.
What is a cooperative? A cooperative like Guernsey Muskingum Electric is your local rural electric provider. The owners are not investors on Wall Street. They are actual members using the electricity. Decisions are made by local directors who know, listen, and care about their neighbors. A cooperative is not driven by profit or stock prices. Instead, they are driven by providing safe, reliable electricity at a reasonable price. That's the cooperative difference. Guernsey Muskingum Electric, your touchstone energy cooperative.
Hey, football fans, Laborers, Local 530 in Zanesville, Ohio is cheering on all the local high school teams this year. Serving Muskingum, Perry, Noble, and Guernsey counties, Local 530 represents around 400 skilled men and women in the building and construction trades. They work with over 100 signatory contractors, providing committed and experienced laborers for building, heavy highway, and pipeline construction. For more information, give them a call at 740-453-1214. Good luck to all the teams from Laborers Local 530.
Hi, this is Gabby from People's Bank. I'm here to tell you about People's Bank's new CD special. It is so good, you need to stop by any People's Bank location today and ask your banker to tell you more. Or visit pebo.com. This special will not last long. You must open your account by September 7th. People's Bank. Working together, building success. Member FDIC. Hi, this is Gabby from People's Bank. I'm here to tell you about People's Bank's new CD special. It is so good, you need to stop by any People's Bank location today and ask your banker to tell you more. Or visit pebo.com. This special will not last long. You must open your account by September 7th. People's Bank. Working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams. Greg Motor Sales, located at 2840 South River Road in Zanesville, would like to wish all the local high school athletes good luck with their upcoming season. At Greg Motor Sales, they sell used cars ranging from around $1,000 and up. If you're looking for your next affordable and reliable car, give Greg Motor Sales a call at 740-454-7060 or shoot them a message and follow them on Facebook at Greg's Motor Sales.
Promises. You've heard them all. Peace of mind, quality insurance products, superior claim service, all at a fair and competitive price. Since 1848, Westfield Insurance has promised to provide excellent insurance coverage for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust. That is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers. For a quote on protecting your home, auto, and business, call W.B. Green Insurance today. W.B. Green, professional insurance.
Back to Eugene Capers Field. Here at halftime, Meadowbrook 12, Maysville 10. Mike Snively going through the last of his totals here after a brief refill of
pizza,
Buffalo Wild Wings and ranch, water. Anything else in there? You got probably a couple of powwows down in the bleachers there too, I think.
I ran into a couple of people, yeah.
Sure.
Way down to the bathroom.
Well,
I always, I've been doing this for a long time, Dave. You can't drink a ton of water on the radio. With the radio, you just can't do it. And I decided, tonight I want to have 2 or 3 waters before their game, and it's not like I can call time.
How's that working out for you?
It's not working out good. And then you do get down there, like you said, you run into 27 people, you know. But
sure.
Hey, I got everything done.
All right.
Finally totaled up some things.
All right, you got the numbers. Hit it with us.
Sure, let's go. So let's do Maysville first. Maysville ran for total yards 100 on the dot. They passed for 72 yards, 45 of those coming, though, on that last play before half, and 28 rushing yards. So if you think about it, basically they had 55 total yards until that long 45-yard pass play to end the half. Individually for Maysville, they were led in rushing by number 11, Todd Saxton. He had 7 carries for 16 yards and that 1 2-yard touchdown. Cohen Fink had 3 carries for 9 yards. Wesley Armstead had 2 carries for 3 yards. And Matthew Harper and Kaysen Hurdle both had 1 carry. Harper had 1 yard. Hurdle had -1 yard. Through the air, Todd Saxton, he was 4 of 8 for 72 yards. Had 1 interception. Matthew Harper was 0 of 2. Receiving for the Panthers, Wes Armstead, 3 catches, 54 yards. Matthew Harper, 1 catch, 14 yards, and Cohen Fink, 4 yards. That's the Panthers, who had 100 yards total offense. Now to Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook had 132 yards passing, and the Colts had 84 yards rushing for a total of 216 yards, more than doubling the Maysville total. Rushing yards for the Colts. The Colts were led on the ground by number 14, Dalen Rivera. He had 8 carries for 35 yards. Braden Black had 5 carries for 20 yards. Justice Huey, the quarterback, had 4 carries for 13 yards. Nick Norman, 2 carries for 14 yards. And Jake Burris had a carry for -2 yards. Huey through the air was 10 of 19, just over 50%. 2 touchdown passes, 10 of 19, 132 yards. Nick Norman, the steady junior, had 5 catches for 87 yards and a touchdown, a 38-yarder. Bentley Seedor had a catch and a 29-yard touchdown catch that was to open the scoring for this game. So 29 yards for Bentley Seedor. Jake Burris had a catch for 4 yards. Landon Kuhn had 2 catches for 9 yards. Dalen Rivera had a catch for 3 yards, and Braden Black had a catch for 6 yards. That wraps up the Meadowbrook offensive totals for the first half. 216 yards for Meadowbrook. Maysville had 100. And at halftime, at the end of the game tonight, we're going to present one Meadowbrook player, a player of the game. They will win 1 free medium pizza to Plus One Pizza, where there's locations in Cambridge, Coshocton, Byesville, Athens, and Caldwell. And the Maysville player will receive the Lock 9 pizza player of the game in Duncan Falls. So we will be presenting these two awards to a player from each team at the end of the game. So stay with Dave and I so you can hear at the end who's going to be wrapping up the awards tonight.
Can't lose either way with either one of those.
No, you cannot, and excuse me there.
We've been to Lock 9 a couple of times, and it's
the Wangus
excellent.
Burger's excellent down there, and obviously +1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating +1 right now. So
yeah,
that's probably one of my faves, +1. But yeah, two great sponsors there, and we appreciate their patronage.
Absolutely. Our other sponsors tonight on our NASH Icon FM broadcast: West 40 Auto Sales, Stoney's RV, Duncan of Cambridge, Bruner Land Company, Patrons Buckeye Mutual, Labor's Local 530, WB Green, Greg's Motor Sales, Myra Shearer for Municipal Judge, Doan Ford, People's Bank, 45 Logistics, Surgent Construction, Rotorua Rehab, Valentine Insurance, and Rogers Company. Our many thanks. And second half kickoff still about 7 minutes away or so. We'll take another break on NASH Icon FM and on YRPtv as our halftime report continues, sponsored by Surgeon Construction.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford online at doanford.com. Raider Rehab in Byesville wants to wish the Meadowbrook football team good luck as they enter the 2023 season. Raider Rehab is Byesville area's only outpatient physical therapy clinic providing quality, patient-centered, one-on-one care, accepting all insurances and no waiting list. Experience quality care today, only at Raider Rehab. For more information, visit their website at raiderrehabpt.com or give them a call, 740-685-9800. Go Colts!
Hey, football fans, Laborers Local 530 in Zanesville, Ohio is cheering on all the local high school teams this year. Serving Muskingum, Perry, Noble, and Guernsey counties, Local 530 represents around 400 skilled men and women in the building and construction trades. They work with over 100 signatory contractors, providing committed and experienced laborers for building, heavy highway, and pipeline construction. For more information, give them a call at 740-453-1214. Good luck to all the teams from Laborers Local 530.
Calling all truck drivers. If you're looking for a change, 45 Logistics in Zanesville wants you to join their team. 45 Logistics is a family-owned regional trucking company in Zanesville. Enjoy being home every weekend with no team runs and no hazmat endorsement required. Earn 54 cents per mile, plus health benefits, paid vacation, and safety bonuses. For more information, call 740-647-1430 or online at 45dli.com. Everyone at 45 Logistics wants to wish the local teams good luck this football season.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing an exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
Back on NASH Icon FM and YRPtv. Want to mention our thanks a lot to our YRPtv crew of Jaron Aber running the controls, Andrew Dunlap on camera tonight, Justin Ames too. Our many thanks. Joel Lasigo is putting in some time a little bit tonight too as well on the radio and live stream side of things as well. Nice job, guys. Thanks a lot. It's always a little week one time kind of getting some things sorted out. And it's always a little bit of a challenge before we actually get on the air or on the stream. So those guys worked really hard to get things cleared up with some Wi-Fi issues and all kinds of stuff that we incur out here in rural Ohio from a time to time.
Was fantastic with 40 minutes left before the game. I don't think he was too confident, but you could just see the confidence building as he got this cord,
Meadowbrook,
this connection, and then he got this cord, then he got this connection. I said, we're going to make it, Jaron.
Meadowbrook grad from 2021. 22.
He's
2022. He's younger than I thought.
Yeah, Jaron was, saw him walk in the halls many times through Meadowbrook, so always does a great job.
Did you ever have to ask him for a hall pass? No.
No.
All right.
No. Jaron's a good boy.
All right, so he
was
was not in trouble. All right, good.
He was not in trouble. I can honestly say that.
Well, he wasn't in any trouble tonight either. He and the gang's done a nice job.
Did a fantastic job. Well,
look at some scores here, Mike.
Yeah, here's some scores from around the area. The Shenandoah Zeps lead Union Local at halftime, 8-6. Licking Valley at halftime leading Sheridan, 14-13. New Lexington, MVL school, they are tied in the third quarter with Fairfield Union. Green, out of Uniontown, Ohio, they are beating Dover 14-6. Crooksville has a lead over Fisher Catholic. 24-7.
Whoa!
John
24 points.
24-7 Crooksville. That's good for the MVL, yeah.
That eclipses probably about a half or two-thirds of their season total last year.
I agree. So that's a big win there, or that's a big, so far, winning. They're winning, so see how that thing turns out later. John Glenn, the Little Muskies, made the trip to Circleville, Ohio. They are beating Circleville 14-0 at half. Ridgewood, in the Battle of Coshocton County, is beating Coshocton 14-7. Morgan putting a thumping on the Riverview Black Bears 32-0 in the third quarter. Our score here 12-10. Meadowbrook leads Maysville. A couple other scores from around the area. Harrison Central trails Claymont 19-18. New Phillies beating Louisville 21-14. And two more scores here. Garaway, the Pirates, are beating Belair 28-6, and one of the longest-standing rivalries in the state of Ohio, Zanesville and Newark. I did that game one year. Me and BK did that game one year. Interesting game to do. It's tied at 21. Zanesville and Newark tied at 21.
So looks like a good rebound for Zanesville here after some struggles last year.
Yeah.
New Philadelphia, as you said, with a good opening half right now, a 7-point lead over the Leopards of Louisville.
Louisville's always good.
They are, and
you know why would Louisville be important where we're sitting right now? Who went to Louisville to coach after they coached here?
Yeah, I knew you were going to ask that, and that name has been. It doesn't take too many weeks or months to be out of my mind to forget names here.
How about Jeff Twitty?
Yeah, thank you.
Jeff Twitty was the coach at Louisville after he left here several years after that, but he is no longer the head coach there. So.
I knew that name was going to probably come up at some point in the night, and I could not pull it out of my feeble brain.
Really, put the program on the map, and then Coach Colter Clendenning came on and did an outstanding job. Now here we are with Steve Norman in his third year with the Colts program.
Yep.
Steve, a proud alum, 94 grad here from Meadowbrook. Good receiver. Went to Bethany College there in the northern panhandle, right past West Liberty, Bethany College.
Some other high school scores here, Mike. Fort Fry, interesting to see if they're going to keep that snowball rolling.
Yeah.
Fort Fry, 14-10 in advantage early second quarter.
Well, when I see that
on
score,
Marietta.
14-10, Fort Fry beating Marietta, I'm thinking a couple things. Fort Fry could be a hair down, or Marietta's just getting better. And because last year that score would have been 40-0 by now.
Right. Edison over Monroe Central, 21-14 at the half. Monroe Central, and you've had some, a lot of ties, you and your dad and so on with that Monroe Central program over the years, and Jay Circosta, from way back and that stuff. And really, it's too bad that school has just they've just had trouble fielding numbers and getting players.
And they have a new direction this year. Jonathan Calder's in his first year as a head coach. So Monroe Central, that's a trip. Edison to Monroe Central, that is a trip.
It sure is. So Monroe's put up, even though they're down a touchdown, has put up 14 in that game. Caldwell with a good offensive half over Buckeye Trail, leading 33-14 at the half there, probably in just about to start the third quarter there, one of our AVC games tonight. Newcomerstown, they pulled out. I mean, that team there had been in the doldrums for several years. Pulled out, I think, 8 wins, an 8-2 regular season a year ago.
Were they 8-2 last year?
I think so.
Wow, good for Newcomerstown. And they're beating Bern Union.
And they're rolling now.
Athletic director Danny Snively, a first cousin of mine, is the athletic director. He was a punter and receiver at Muskingum about 10 years ago.
Nice. 28-0 Newcomerstown over Byrne Union there in Indian Valley, which I think is a place you'll be headed next week.
Me and Tut Turner will be heading to Indian Valley. Radio-only game, I believe, next week up in Janaden Hutton.
And the Braves are leading on the road at Ellett.
Akron Ellett.
The Orangemen, and they're blanking the Orangemen 19-0 in that game. Tri-Valley a 3-0 defensive struggle over St. Francis de Sales.
That's a ball game right there, folks.
Yeah.
There's going to be some slobber knocking going on there.
Tri-Valley will be tested out of the MVL. Barnesville looks like, I was talking with Mark Brown earlier a couple weeks ago, before even the first scrimmage, I think, happened and so on. He was pretty confident Barnesville, a lot of kids back, and in the small school division, I think Barnesville is going to roll. They should have a very fine year.
But Barnesville's going to be really good. In fact, that was one of the best teams I had last year, and they were a lot of sophomores last year. And they're led by a running back by the name of Tayson Starr, and he's a really good player.
They're leading 43-0 over Buckeye local team that has struggled here for a while now, but they're in a running clock game in the second half, and that one from Shamrock Stadium right now in the third quarter. Warren is hammering Belpre 46-0, and of course,
games from last night.
A couple of last night games, Cambridge fought back late in the second half to make that score interesting there.
A lot of these games were, like we talked about earlier, were delayed, and that's kind of a radio broadcaster's worst nightmare.
Well, if we do, we're not going to bring out the banana phone.
No, and you just you just wait it out, and I believe it's when you see a lightning strike in the area, it's a 30-minute wait until you see the next one. And you could wait 29 minutes, you see one, 7 miles away, there's 30 more minutes.
Yep.
Now, what they did do, Dave, I know this, several years ago, Steubenville was playing a game at Steubenville at Harding Stadium, and it was heat lightning from up around East Liverpool, which is 20 miles away. So they determined that if it is a heat lightning situation, they don't have to delay the game.
Right.
So,
in the definition and what they tell us, as fall sports officials, and in soccer, football, whatever we're talking about, streak lightning.
Is that what it's called? They call
streak lightning is different than heat lightning.
Okay.
So they did, like you said, they did make that differentiation, which I think is good.
Yes.
Because
they call it just regular streak lightning. Huh?
Well, how it had affected us is that I'm up at Riverview, out there in the flatlands. I want to tell you, you can see
everything,
the sky for miles in every direction up there. And, so it used to be, if you get a little heat lightning or something like that, well, here we are, we're delaying the game. And there's no sound, there's no thunder crash, there's no anything. It's just, little quick flickers, way off, 15, 20 miles off in the distance at least. And
play on.
Yeah, and we're, used to be we're delaying, but so that was a good differentiation that the OHSAA came up with not too long ago.
Because if it gets hot enough and humid enough, I mean, you could see that all night. I haven't seen the old heat lightning for a long time. Just
not a lot.
Seemed like it happened a lot years ago.
So the Maysville Panthers will get the football to start here in the second half. Todd Saxon, we've seen Saxon at quarterback. We've seen Matthew Harper at QB. We'll see what. They had some success a little bit both ways. Craig Clark mixing things up a little bit. Steve Norman taking some early chances, on some gadget plays and so on in that first half, as they're accustomed to do as well. Really, the only one puzzling play was the fourth down backed up in their own end zone, and just maybe inexperienced by the freshman or what happened there. But that gave Maysville their touchdown with just a minute and a half to go.
It changed the momentum.
Second.
Meadowbrook with their customary fake onside kick.
And Rivera now will boot it from the 40. Kickoff brought to you by Valentine Insurance on Southgate Parkway in Cambridge as we start half number 2. Bounces past the shoe tops of Landon Iden. He'll scoop it up inside the 5. Now tries to run between the hashes, and he's going to be thrown down backward with forward momentum up to the 18-yard line. So a good kickoff by Dylan Rivera. And the Maysville offense now will go to work, and we'll see who's going to line up at QB. It looks like Saxton will be taking snaps here on this first series. Down 12-10 is Maysville.
Colton Snyder, the freshman, again on that special teams tackle. Tell you what, Meadowbrook, bright future. A lot of young faces out there.
Our thanks again, Surgeon Construction, our sponsor of our halftime report. Mike Snively's stats and our high school football scores. Our scoreboard updates brought to you by Clark Family Practice. And on a 1st and 10 play from the 18, Saxton hands off, and this will be...
I believe that was Fink.
Is that Fink?
Yeah,
Yep.
that was Fink. And
That's his first carry in a long time.
Yeah, and he pushed the pile forward for about 4.
Just ahead of the 22-yard line.
Cohen Fink and Wesley Armstead, big players on that. And Tyler DeBolt, big players on that good Maysville basketball team. They'll all be back for the round ball. Just talked to assistant coach Jared Calhoun at halftime.
And on a 2nd and 6, Saxton steps up, avoids some pressure, throws, and finds Monlux, it looks like, at the 30-yard line. Caleb Monlux with the catch. And a nice gain up on the far sideline at the 31-yard line, and a pickup of about 9 yards.
And that was Todd Saxton's best thrown ball tonight. He looked confident there. Threw a bullet to Monlux.
So another WB Green Insurance first down for Maysville, and I would say just off the top of my head, Mike, about maybe their 6th first down of the evening.
That would be
roughly?
my guess. Yeah, roughly that would be my guess, yes.
1st and 10 from their own 32. Motion man is Cohen Fink, and he'll get it on the flip reverse to the left side on the end around. And he's thrown down after a short gain, and there's big old 55 Talon Cannon again with another tackle, adding to his total after a gain of 2.
Meadowbrook's taking care of the outside stuff, the wide stuff, the sweeps, the jet sweeps, and that might have been, that 2-yard gain might have been Maysville's biggest gain to the outside the hashes.
Zayden Yeagle, Ethan Hetty, Casey Clendenning, Deshaun Mayo, number 13, are the bodies up front. Right now, Colton Snyder, defensive end, number 20, has gotten the start tonight in place of Hetty. Motion man is Matthew Harper out to the right side. They send 3 receivers out that way. Flushton running for his life as Saxton throws short of his intended receiver, Wesley Armstead, at the 42. And now there is a really late flag thrown in from the referee on the Meadowbrook sideline again. Now this is, I mean, there was really no player near him.
Now there was a, they're going to call this on, well, geez, what are they going to do, Dave? They called it on Maysville. Oh, they're going to call offsetting. It would be. No, they did not. Well, I did see at the end of the play, a lineman took out a defenseless Meadowbrook lineman 7 to 8 yards behind the play. That could have been.
So that must have been what he was watching.
Yeah.
I just didn't see it, and I'm like, I don't know where that came from.
And I just wonder why, if it's being that late, and where it was thrown from, maybe the official saw it from that far away.
So a 3rd down, 22 from their own 20 now. Maysville, first 2 minutes gone in this 3rd quarter, trailing 12-10 to Meadowbrook. And Sexton throwing over the middle with a screen. That's Armstead, caught at the 24, scampering across the field left over the 30 to the 33, gets past the original line of scrimmage, and a couple of yards more up to the 34-yard line. So not a bad job, about a 14-yard pickup there for Armstead on a middle screen.
And that's that jailbreak screen they wanted to run earlier, and that time that the spacing was a little bit better and the timing was a little bit better, but they're going to have to punt for sure. And this has been interesting, Maysville's punting situation where they use the rugby-style left footer, and he's been really, really good tonight. I believe that's Fink.
Yep, this will be Fink punting, standing back at his own 23, 4th down. And he's going to roll to his right again. This time it's the right footer. Armstead's done that a time or two.
Yeah, I think that depending on the side of the field, I think that's what they do. They just wide side of the field. If you're to the right, you go roll, put your right foot punter in. Left, put your left foot punter in.
So now you have special lefty-righty situations out in football.
Yeah, they've got a ton of kickers.
Yep.
Punters and kickers.
That punt is down back at the 37-yard line of Meadowbrook. 3 minutes gone here in the 3rd quarter. Meadowbrook 12, Maysville 10. Meadowbrook offense now goes to work for the first time in the 2nd half. Only a 2-point lead. They have came out firing on all cylinders early, and they've been sputtering a little bit from time to time since. There's a catch for Landon Kuhn out to the right flat. That's a gain of, we'll call it 5, up to the 43-yard line. And out there on the stop for the Maysville defense, Andrew Boffman, number 19.
That was well defended. That was just Landon Kuhn getting 5-6 tough yards on his own.
Yep. Out of the pistol again, this time the keeper for Justice Huey kind of waits for a few blocks to develop, and he'll have a first down after a gain of 5 up short of the 49-yard line of Meadowbrook. WB Green Insurance first down now for the Colts.
5 different guys in that first half carried it for Meadowbrook. 7 receivers caught a pass in that first half for Meadowbrook. So spacing the touches out very well tonight.
3 wide receivers left. And 1 to the right, that's Cedar, and they'll throw out a little screen out to the left side. That is caught, and that is Kuhn again.
Same play other side, right?
Yep. Gain of 3. Nice open field tackle. Guess who? Matthew Harper. What hasn't he done tonight for Maysville?
I think Matthew Harper wants some Lock 9 pizza tonight.
Well, he's certainly headed for it. The effort is certainly there. Number 2, out on your very far side of your screen for those watching on the YRPtv live stream. Second down, 7. Again, out of the pistol is Huey, giving it off to Rivera on the sweep to the right side. Flag comes down behind the line of scrimmage, breaking tackles. Rivera steps out of bounds for a first down, but it's not going to count. It's going to be coming on back.
And that's going to be a big penalty. That thing happened about 3 or 4 yards behind. The penalty happened 3 or 4 yards behind where the ball was. So it's going to make it a long second down, Dave.
So it looks like they're going to assess this penalty from a yard behind the line of scrimmage, so probably an 11-yard penalty on the hold. We'll set it back to the 42 of Meadowbrook. 7:27 to go, third quarter. Colts 12, Panthers 10. And it's been back and forth. Both teams have kind of hurt themselves at times. Week 1 rust being knocked off of both teams. There's Rivera around the left end. Same play as the previous. Picks up a few before stepping out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 44. So only a gain of a couple before his left foot steps out of bounds. Nick Norman has some sort of a problem coming off the field.
That's not good. Oh, he's cramping.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you predicted it.
Yep. And I think he might be cramping both of them. Both legs.
First one of the night. Well, first victim we've seen.
First victim we've seen, yes. He was able to make it off the field, though.
Third down, 15 now for Meadowbrook at their own 44. 3 receivers right, looking over the middle, and now Huey running for his life, flushed out of the pocket, finds his man. Cedar, I think it is, with the catch. Short gain, only a gain of about 5. Getting back to the original line of scrimmage. Is that Cedar's first catch?
That's his second. He had that touchdown, the first touchdown.
Oh, yes, of course. A 29-yard scamper and the prettiest pass play of the day so far.
And Cedar, I tell you, for a freshman, I mean, he's a good-looking kid.
Well, let's hope you can say that after this play here. He's going to go back in punt formation now for the third time. So far, he's 1 for 2 punting.
Now, he did do the rugby style to the left both times. One time he just did not punt it.
Cedar directing some traffic up front, and what do we got now? We have a official's time.
Legal substitution.
Yeah. A Meadowbrook kid ran out.
Didn't break the huddle
late
with the team. Ran out on the field. And runs back off. Must have had 12
Was
guys.
that? I think that was the 12th guy.
Yeah, he was the 12th guy.
I was just quickly counting them. I thought, boy, that looks like a lot of orange helmets out there. So 4th down, 15 now. And Cedar is going to punt this one straight away. Another flag comes in at the line of scrimmage. Punt bounces at the 23 and stops dead at about the 21.
Cedar seems like he's hurt. I think he's cramping now after that punt.
Flag come down again by the near line judge. An illegal procedure against Meadowbrook. So,
and your punter, if you're Maysville, you may want to accept that and have him punt it again because the punter's now down. So it means it brings in another more inexperienced guy to punt it. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
You would think so. Yep, 5 yards back again, back to the 39. So it'll be 4th down, 20. 5:40 to go, third quarter. Still a 2-point lead for Meadowbrook here at home over Maysville in week number 1.
Norman getting his calves worked on, both calves over here on the sideline for Meadowbrook. And now we're going to have
injury timeout. So we'll keep it here. Our thanks again to Jaron Aber, Andrew Dunlap on our YRPtv video crew. Justin Ames as well, pitching in tonight too, and Joel Asigo, thanks a lot.
You know, Dave, I believe this is only the third time these two teams have played ever. Series is tied 1-1.
Yeah.
Meadowbrook winning the first game 42-25, and the second game was won by Maysville last year 35-7. Cedar does get up, though. Walks it off, and it is cramp time. Second half, first game, you're going to see a lot of cramps.
And right now, we're going to see Casey Clendenning go back into punt formation now for Meadowbrook.
Now, Clendenning did do the punting last year for the Colts.
All right. Wesley Armstead's going to go back deep to receive. Number 7, back around the 35 of Maysville. So Maysville, either way, unless Clendenning really tries to effort this one out of bounds. Look out, punt's blocked. Cohen Fink got it, picks it up at the 22, scampers all the way, and he's going to score with a block punt touchdown return of 22 yards for Cohen Fink, and Maysville has the lead.
Wow, and we just talked about, accepting that penalty, bringing the second punter in, and he blocked it pretty easy, Cohen Fink.
And I think Clendenning was concentrating so much on just making contact with the ball. I don't think he ever saw him come in, and no one laid a finger on Cohen Fink.
Fink blocked it at about the 26-yard line, got a decent bounce, picked it up, and he was gone.
So at 5:31 remaining third quarter, Maysville has its first lead of the game.
Sammy Scott on the kick, the extra point.
And kick by Sammy Scott is true to form again, up and through the uprights, out of the hold of Tyler DeVolt. And Maysville now has turned things around after falling behind early in this game. They have answered with 14 straight to take a 17-12 lead just over halfway through this third quarter from Eugene Capers Field in Byesville. We'll step aside for 30 seconds, and we'll come back as our high school football coverage continues on YRPtv and NASH Icon in just a moment.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
And welcome back on NASH Icon and YRPtv. Maysville has answered back with really a couple of gifts here given up by Meadowbrook. One at the end of the first half with a minute and a half to go. Really a punt that never happened. It was just as good as a block punt that Maysville took over at the 2-yard line, and now the block punt return touchdown for Cohen Fink of 20 yards. And Maysville up on top, 17-12 now on this Valentine Insurance kickoff by the Panthers. And going toward the near sideline, it takes a nice inside bounce at the 5, and it's got to be scooped up there. And back to the 10-yard line and snowed under quickly. The return man.
That was Trey Gray.
Trey Gray, yep. Nowhere to go there. It was just, that was an excellently placed punt.
Once again, the ball stayed inbounds. It kind of checked back, kind of like a golf ball with a pitching wedge. And I thought for the life of me the thing was heading out of bounds, and it didn't.
Well, I think he did too.
And then Trey Gray's like, uh-oh, I got to go now.
That was a bit of a bad break for Meadowbrook there. That's not just a well-placed kickoff by Maysville. 3 wide receivers right, 1 left for Justice Huey. Huey's under some pressure, steps away from it, turns a bad play into a positive play at least, picking up a couple.
And a host of Maysville defenders there. You almost feel like they're riding that momentum just a hair on defense too.
Well, that forward surge that the brown and orange enjoyed it for much of the first half, it's starting to even up a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're seeing a lot more white jerseys knifing through now. And up through the middle is Rivera. Short gain again, picks up maybe 3, just ahead of the 18. That'll set up a long 3rd and 4.
Rivera has 10 carries for 40 yards, and you just wonder the health of Nick Norman right now. Is he able to go full speed? He's out on the field, and he's going to be the lone receiver at some point here to the left.
Okay, so that was McManaway.
On the carry?
Yeah, my fault. McManaway on the carry instead of Rivera. So a 3rd and 4. McManaway, the tailback, 3 wide receivers. Fake handoff, McManaway. Rolling is Huey out to the right side. Dangerous throw, and it's a catch for Kuhn, who hauls it in. Boy, it looked like Saxton had himself a possible big 6. And instead, it's a completion for a WB Green first down for Meadowbrook at the 28.
That was a great catch and great pass. And Kuhn took a shot to the head and got right back up.
23 yards.
First down and 10 at the 28. 4 minutes remaining, third quarter. 17-12. Maysville's on top for the first time in this game here after their block punch touchdown return. Straight ahead handoff. And that's Rivera back in there again at tailback, but no gain as he was swallowed up by Saxton and by Tyler DeBolt and Dylan Stevens.
That's the one thing have seen since the halftime. The Meadowbrook running game hasn't been able to get it going in this third quarter.
Yeah, you're right. Not a lot of balance since that opening drive. And Huey throwing outside. And great defense again. Matthew Harper makes a hit on the receiver, Norman, just as he was about to grab that bubble screen out to the left side.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, is Harper, he could have maybe intercepted that pass, but he said went for the big hit. Now, if you're Meadowbrook in that bubble screen situation, you got to be thinking, I better, have my head on a swivel because there's going to be a defender right there when I catch it.
Obviously, Maysville's defense is adjusted, and they're defending those 3 receivers out there to the left side. They're defending them in a very different way than they did on the opening drive.
Tighter coverage.
Huey on 3rd and 10, rolling for his life, throws it back over the middle. It's a catch for Rivera, but Rivera's maybe going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Well defended again, but really the one who made that play happen was Big 16 Noah Jarju, the 205-pound junior defensive lineman there that pressured the quarterback.
Yeah, and excellent defensive play there by Andrew Boffman. Looked like to come up and make the play. Rivera on the after the scramble by Huey comes up and makes a nice open field tackle on Rivera.
So Bentley Cedor is back to punt it. He's going to hit this one straight away. Wobbles and bounces at the 46 of Maysville, going toward the far sideline. Scooped up at the 41 by Armstead and wrapped around and thrown down. Maybe a face mask coming, perhaps.
Interesting call here.
Spun down at the 45 of Maysville.
Because it does, I would think it's a face mask, and you can hear the Maysville coaching staff over here clapping. Let's see what they call here. That's just a long way for us to see.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they called. Good find there, Dave. I couldn't see it.
I didn't see it either, I guessed.
Yeah.
I'll just be totally blunt with you. 15 yards now. That'll move it to the Meadowbrook 40-yard line here to start this drive, and Maysville already up by 5 points, 17-12 with 2.5 to go in this third quarter. Boy, Maysville's really shifted this game around since the first quarter and a half, which was all dominated by Meadowbrook.
Yeah, and the 2 punt mishaps, the block punt and then the tackle at the 2-yard line really has turned the tides of this game.
Well, certainly, look at it. What's winning this game for Maysville? Special teams.
Exactly.
Two deep punts.
Yes.
51 and 45 yards, changing field position. Kickoff in the end zone. Punt return here, plus a face mask. Handoff around the left end. That's Harper again running like a man possessed for a gain of 6 up to the 34-yard line of Meadowbrook on that first down run.
Harper's second carry for 8 yards. Harper's a hard runner. Hard-nosed football player. Another thing, Dave, when the lights kick on, the numbers get harder to see from up here.
A little bit. We are a good ways away from the field, as is most everybody. lot of distance here between the field and the bleachers, and a flag comes in before the start of the play.
It'll be illegal motion, and both teams are kind of shooting themselves in the foot with these petty penalties.
Well, and after a nice 6-yard run, I mean, now you got 2nd and 4. And, Coach Clark's over there, rapping us like, all right, this is the situations we want, and boom, now it's 2nd and 9 all of a sudden.
The game has found no flow or rhythm, I will say that.
It has not since that opening drive touchdown for Meadowbrook. Clock running at 1:40 to go, third quarter. 17-12, Maysville on top and looking to make it a 2-score game on this drive. Saxton sends the motion man Harper to the left side, throwing over the middle. That's a grab. Nice one for Tyler DeBolt. Across the middle to the 20, 15, near sideline, wrapped up and thrown down at the 13-yard line by Nick Norman. And DeBolt, just a nice crossing route, found the seam right between the linebackers and the deep safeties there, Mike, and ran a perfect route.
Yeah, that was a very good throw there by Saxton. DeBolt catches. That's not an easy catch coming across the middle hard like that. Catches it, runs, picks up about 27, and that's going to take Saxton over the 100-yard passing mark.
Maysville is rolling right now at the 13-yard line of Meadowbrook after a WB Green Insurance first down pass.
Saxton at 125 yards throwing right now.
Well, after a slow start, he has found some rhythm here in the passing game.
He's heating it up.
And he fakes the handoff to Fink, keeps it himself, and now flips it on the option out to Fink. Fink will get to the 10.
There's a fumble.
Ball stripped loose at the 15, and I think Maysville was able to fall on it.
Well, I tell you what, I just wonder if he didn't pitch it, he probably would have gained 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had a fumble, 1 interception tonight, but we haven't had
Nick
a fumble.
Norman.
Yeah, no fumble. That was the first ball on the ground. Now we got to remember, Maysville has a kicker, and a good kicker at that. So if a field goal here puts you up 8, which is that's a big, that forces Meadowbrook to go for 2 if they do score.
Certainly. Down to the final 20 seconds. They'll have to run one more play. The play clock's down to 7, so Maysville hurrying to the line here. They'll send out 2 receivers out to the short right side. They'll snap it in time. They'll give it off to Fink around the left end, and he is hit around the 9 by Cannon, but his momentum carries him forward close to the 6-yard line. That'll be a nice pickup after losing 2 on the first play. That'll be a gain of 9 for Fink as we come to the end of the third quarter from Eugene Capers Field. Maysville's turned this game around. They have the lead 17-12 after 3 and looking for another touchdown here deep in territory of Meadowbrook. We'll take a 30-second break as our high school football coverage between the Colts and the Panthers continue on AVC Sports after this.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing an exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
Thanks to our video crew here tonight. Jaron Aber and Andrew Dunlap, Justin Ames. And great to have all of you with us here watching on our live stream on YRP and on NASH Icon FM on 107.9 or on 98.5, wherever you're listening. Appreciate it. 3 quarters in the books here, Mike.
3 quarters in the books, and what, the tables have turned in terms of momentum. Right now, Maysville looking to extend this lead to a 2-score game, all due to some special teams mishaps by the Colts.
And the Panthers now with a 3rd down and 4 around the 7 of Meadowbrook. Again out of the pistol, fake handoff. Rolling out right is Saxton. Throws over the middle, and it's behind his intended target, Sammy Scott. Number 3, just inside the Meadowbrook goal line. Incomplete, so field goal team coming out. Matthew Harper has already drilled a 42-yarder with no problem at all.
This should be about a 25-yarder from the left hash.
Now he's just got to remember to get a little, he can afford to get a little air under this one.
He can definitely get air under this one. Last one he kicked hard, and it was a line drive. And I think we're going to have a timeout called, and I'm not sure by who. Do we have a player down? Oh, yes, we have another cramp down here in the end zone. I cannot tell who it is.
Yeah, Harper's 42-yard field goal kind of reminded me of a Major Snively fastball.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Well, it would have hit somebody in the head, but yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're doing some fall ball baseball tomorrow, right?
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday, okay.
Heading out to Upper Arlington on Sunday for a little fall baseball. And how about those new Albany Eagles? They made the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
They lost their first game in a rain-shortened game, and I believe they played tonight. Tonight sometime maybe 7 o'clock, so obviously we won't be able to see that one. But it's just now it's starting to get cool. Dave and I got the windows open, and I feel a little breeze coming in there.
Yeah.
Feels good. Might have to open the windows tonight and sleep.
Beautiful summer night.
Flag blowing just a little bit.
So Caleb Monlux, number 6, is the holder. It's going to be just in front of the 15-yard line, so about a 25. Whoa.
And that was Noah Farley, by the way, who cramped in the end zone. He gets helped off. He walks off under his own power.
All right, 25-yard field goal attempt for Harper. From the left hash, he's going to have to push this one off to his right a little bit. Good pressure, and the kick is up, and it's no good. It is wide left.
It's a big miss there because that keeps it a one-score game. Obviously, if he makes it, it makes it an 8-point game. But now if you score a touchdown, you take the lead.
So it stays 17-12 Maysville over Meadowbrook. Early 9 seconds of this fourth quarter. And later on here in our fourth quarter, we'll have our King Carpet and Swim Away Pools and Spa play of the game. A few of those to choose from here tonight, partner.
Absolutely.
And our Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance drive of the game. And most of them have been short ones, except for the opening drive by
Meadowbrook. Absolutely, yeah.
And as Mike said earlier, our +1 pizza player of the game for
Meadowbrook's missing a right tackle, I believe.
The
Colts? No, I'm sorry. They're missing a right tackle.
Yeah, well, that would be their backup. That would be Evan Fox.
Only a freshman.
Well, and Fox and Talon Cannon have alternated a little bit in that spot. That ball's batted up in the air. Look out. Kuhn nearly came up with it off the backside at the 34-yard line, but pass is nearly intercepted, and a flag is in anyway, and it's coming back against the Colts offense.
Meadowbrook ran a lot of that RPO last year, the run-pass option, and that's the first time we've seen it this year. But when that ball goes up in the air like that, everybody's holding their breath. It hit off of a shoulder pad of the Meadowbrook player, and anybody could have had it.
So a first down 15. Colts down by 5, 17-12. 3 receivers left side. And the freshman Bentley Seedor out to the right side. Handoff, this will be McManaway, I think.
Yeah, it's McManaway.
Back in the tailback spot. Picks up 6. Just gets ahead of the original line of scrimmage. +1, running off the left side of the line. Following Big Zayden Yeagle and Casey Clendenning. 2 receivers split on each side now. A 4 wide out set for Justice Huey. And the junior quarterback.
Well, that was a great play.
Yep, trying to get outside right is Norman.
I believe that was Todd Saxton with the big hit there on Norman. He probably lost a few there, it looked like.
They will give him forward progress, I guess, kind of back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain officially. Probably a little bit of a break there for Meadowbrook. Still a 3rd and 9, though, deep in their own territory, just outside the 20. And Justice Huey's got to connect on at least 9 yards or more here. 4 wides again, 2 to each side. 3-man rush, good protection. Huey throws right sideline. That's caught. Coming back to it is Seedor, I believe. Struggling, trying to push a sea of white
He's going to be about
players.
2 yards short, you think, Dave?
Yeah, it looks like it. Around the 29, he needed to get to the 31, so a gain of 7, but a solid 1.5 yards short of it. And now,
big decision time, 4th and 1.
Well, Meadowbrook, I think, is going to rush up here and maybe try to draw Maysville offside first. Nope, they snap it right now. Quickly. Massive humanity right at the first down stick ahead of the 30.
He got it.
Okay.
So Huey needed, once again, he needed one. He got 1.5.
Yes, sir, every bit of it. WB Green Insurance first down for the Colts, and a big one right there in this fourth quarter with 9:52 remaining. New set of downs for the Colts at their own 31.
No flag on that one. Must not have crossed the neutral zone.
Did not cross over. Pretty close. Got Maysville's D-line to jump, and now they snap it. Throwing it to Nick Norman. Norman, that's a tough catch to make, and Norman does really well to turn that into a 6-yard gain. He was looking over his back shoulder, and he had to twist and contort his upper body around just to get his hands on the ball and then avoid a immediate tackle.
Yeah, he avoided the tackle. So Norman with his 6th catch on a nice first of the second half.
That was excellent. Here's Justice Huey, quarterback draw. Tries to find an alley off to the right side. Finally picks one and picks up a couple. Drifting out to the 39-yard line on the right side of the field. 2 yards short of the first down. He started about 2 or 3 different times to cut up field and changed his mind until he found the right hole. And now a long 2 yards to go for the brown and orange.
Clock eating down to 8:46 here in the ball game.
Tailback is McManaway, lead blocker for Justice Huey, the quarterback, and Matthew Harper is right there to help finish him off for the Maysville defense. First man to hit him there was Andrew Boffman again, and that, smallish defensive end, 5'8", 160 pounds, a senior, 2-year starter. He's been in on a lot of defensive plays today.
Now here's a similar situation, 4th and 2 in your own territory. Meadowbrook lines up like they're going to go.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right.
We got a timeout.
And Maysville's going to talk this one over. They want to let their defense settle in and reset here. And probably one of the things that'll be mentioned is don't jump off sides.
Jump off sides, yeah.
Don't move unless the ball moves.
And probably one first thing he's going to mention, Coach Norman's going to mention to Meadowbrook is let's get a good, loud, hard count with a clap and see if we can get them to jump off sides.
Well, they've already gone for it, at their own 28?
Yeah. So they're probably going to go for it here.
Down 17-12, 8:13 to play in the ball game. And we'll see what they come up with here. I mean, I think, as you said, the running game, it's a shame for Meadowbrook. The running game really has not really produced a whole lot tonight.
They haven't had that.
I mean, they've had a few. It's not to say they haven't had any successful runs. Just doesn't seem like they've really done much with the running game tonight.
And it's not been any big gainers. In the second half, it's been even less. So, they're going to need a long 2 here. They're lining up to go for it. Like you said, they're going to probably try to get Maysville to jump.
McManaway in the backfield behind Huey. Now sets up to his right side. 2 receivers out near side left. And they give it on the sweep. McManaway finds enough space right through the left guard and left tackle and has a first down. And a gain of 4 for McManaway.
Nothing fancy, just a sweep.
Cooper McManaway, the sophomore. That's the second WB Green Insurance first down here in their own territory now on 4th down.
Meadowbrook scored their first touchdown on 4th and 9.
Yes. 4th down success has been a staple for them tonight. Thrown out into the flat. That's off the hands of Seedor, incomplete at the 45. Wouldn't have had a lot of positive yardage there anyway. Fink and DeBolt were right out there to greet him immediately.
Meadowbrook's run that 3-yard out and has had some success.
Now McManaway will check out of the game. Braden Black is going to be in. He had a few carries early on first quarter or early second quarter. And is now the tailback with 2 receivers off to the far left side. And the handoff, Braden Black straight ahead, just plunges right over center Zayden Diego and company for a gain of about 5.
Both McManaway and Black sophomores.
Stop again by Jarju, who's now suited up, playing over the nose tackle at 205 yards, number 16. Again, Braden Black, a straight ahead handoff, diving straight ahead, picks up 4.
Going to be about a yard short, Dave.
Not much more than that.
So guess what it brings up, Dave?
4th down.
4th down and 1. Is there any doubt?
Well,
they're going to go for it.
Hate to jinx it for him, but so far all positive yardage plays on 4th down.
Jacob Tumlin checks in at nose tackle.
And Justice gives it off. Another 1st down carry. That's Braden Black again. 3 straight carries. And another WB Green Insurance 1st down for the Colts inside the 45-yard line of Maysville.
And Meadowbrook's taking a lot of time off the clock. Maybe their plan, Dave, is to score late and not give Maysville a lot of time left to end up taking the lead.
Approaching 6.5 minutes of this 4th quarter. And Huey on a 1st down and 10, throwing out to the sideline. That is Kuhn with the catch. Short gain, a gain of a couple. Out to the Maysville 42-yard line. Good coverage out there by Cohen Fink, number 10.
Stayed in bounds. Clock still running.
And 2 receivers now split to each side of the field as Norman comes in motion, faking on the reverse, and they'll give it off to Braden Black, and about 2 or 3 flags come flying into the air right after the handoff to Norman, and a gain of a few.
Meadowbrook had 2 guys moving at the same time.
Well, that's not legal in this league.
No. The old
CFL, yes.
CFL, you can have a few. Arena, you can have guys run all over. For CFL, you got 12 guys. You got a 55-yard line, a 21-yard end zone.
3 downs.
3 downs. Goalpost is in the front.
You watch a lot of that?
Not a lot. I mean,
I do whenever we get the chance.
I had a couple buddies actually played up there from college. I'm sure you hear about it. The old Zach Caleris.
Yeah. I mean, Steubenville boy, quarterbacking for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
MVP of the league many times.
Yes, 3-time Grey Cup champ.
Here comes a screen back, and it's set up pretty good. If they don't get a hold here, there's one guy he's got to beat, and
shoestring tackle for Caleb Monlux, number 6. Stopping Braden Black there, Mike, for what would have been probably a touchdown, and drops him just inside the 35 of Maysville, and just a touch short of the 1st down by a yard and a half.
3rd down 2.
Interesting throwback play. Handoff again, Braden Black, who's probably exhausted now after that last play, and is going to be dropped around the line of scrimmage. And there's a flag on the far side of the field.
Flag on the play.
So Black with a gain of 1.
I think we're going to have the same exact penalty.
Motion?
Some type of procedure call. Now, so from 3rd and 2 now, you're going to look at it's the same penalty. It's the illegal shift. I think they got 2 guys moving at the same time. Oh, offsetting. I didn't see the Maysville.
Illegal substitution, I think, for Maysville.
Okay.
Was the initial, I think.
Rarely do you see those 2 offsetting type penalties.
That's
it's usually
unusual.
Personal foul.
Clock rolling at 5.5 to go. 4th quarter, 17-12. Maysville on top. Have trailed most of the game, took the lead on their last offensive touch with a 20-yard block punt touchdown. And here comes Rivera around the left end and sprinting up the sideline inside the 20 and dropped at the 18-yard line.
And that's a big, probably the biggest, it is the biggest run of the game for the Colts, a 22-yard run.
Well, now that running game, as we said, I mean, hasn't done a whole lot tonight, but it's doing something now on this.
And it's taken time
4th
off the
quarter drive. Approaching 5 minutes. In the red zone now, the Colts, after another WB Green Insurance 1st down by Dalen Rivera, gets the carry again around the left tackle, dropped around the 16 or 15-yard line. Alex Ray, sophomore number 31, got his mitts on him and picks up 3, does Rivera.
So right now, I'd say it's all or nothing for the Colts. Touchdown or bust. Colts do have 3 timeouts. Panthers with 2.
Tailback is Rivera again, running off the left side. And a good wrap-up by Noah Jarju, again, number 16, the nose tackle for Maysville after a gain of a couple up to the 13-yard line.
Dalen Rivera, that his 13th carry. He has 64 yards on the night.
3rd and 5.
About 4.5 a pop, not too bad. Again, it's not been a terrible running game. It just hasn't produced a lot of big plays, really, until that Rivera run a moment ago.
But it's being effective on this drive, that's for sure.
Rivera steps up to the left side of the quarterback, is going to be a lead blocker for Justice Huey. He's going to be hit and dropped around the 12 or 11, only picking up a couple They'll spot him forward progress to the 11. And what now, for the fourth time on this drive, a fourth down?
Yeah, fourth, I think, for sure. So it's going to be a long 3, fourth and a long 3 from the 11. Clock's just a ticking.
And I think this is the longest, or did they have, no, this is the longest, I think, fourth down situation they've had so far in this drive.
It's either been 1, 2, and this is about 3.5.
3.5 minutes left, fourth down, and they need 3. Nick Norman in motion, going right, handoff. Dylan Rivera running outside, looking for space, has it, going toward the pylon. Did he dive and get it? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Colts. Dylan Rivera.
That's an 11-yard touchdown run for Dalen Rivera.
Good job for number 14, Dalen Rivera. 11-yard TD run. Boy, it looked like you thought, oh, just step up in there and get the first down, and then he changed his mind at the last moment, veered outside, saw some daylight, and made every effort toward that pylon and got it.
The Colts have to go for 2 here. They lead by 1. They want to get it to a 3-score lead because if they do not, a field goal beats you.
18-17 now. Meadowbrook on top by 1.
Play clock down to 6.
They send out Jake Burris wide to the right there on this 2-point conversion attempt.
Now they're going to have to call timeout. Coach Norman with 1 second left on the play clock.
And that's probably a good timeout at this point with 3:17 to play, fourth quarter. 2-point conversion upcoming for the Colts. Leading it now after briefly trailing in this fourth quarter. They now lead it 18-17. Entertaining game here as both teams have hurt themselves at times, but both teams have turned in some nice offensive plays here in week number 1.
Definitely.
You know, where you expect, a lot of times the offenses are behind the defenses, as they say.
Momentum shifts everywhere a couple times tonight for both teams. A lot of mistakes, a lot of cramping, just kind of what we expected. A lot of penalties. I'm not keeping the stats on penalties, but each team's had at least 8.
We've had quite a few accepted tonight. Justice Huey, 29-yard pass to Seedor. First drive of the game, 6-0. Huey, 38-yard pass to Nick Norman. And now the 11-yard touchdown run for Dalen Rivera. And now the 2-point conversion attempt. They fake the handoff to Rivera, throw it backward, pass to Burris, who finds Norman for the 2-point conversion play. And it's 20-17 Meadowbrook.
That's a great play, but it's also a big play because now a field goal only ties it.
And so Meadowbrook now has recaptured the lead late in this fourth quarter, 3:17 to go. The Colts back on top, 20-17 over the Maysville Panthers. We'll step aside for 30 seconds as our high school football coverage on YRPtv and NASH Icon will continue after this 30-second timeout.
Looking to buy land? Do you want 5 acres or more, say up to 50 acres? Bruner Land Company off I-77 Vocational Road, Byesville has land for sale. Buy acreage in Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and Indiana. Bruner Land Company has 500 tracts of land to choose from and creative financing for buyers. When it's land you want to buy, it's Bruner Land Company you should call. Bruner Land Company, Byesville, off I-77. Give them a call at 685-3064 or go to brunerland.com.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
And a pooch kick by Meadowbrook, sponsored by Valentine Insurance in Cambridge. And falling on that, Maysville around the 38-yard line. One of the blockers up front, I think that was Cade Rock.
That could have been
one of the guys that fell on it.
That could have been scary for Maysville there because I'm not sure that was they meant to do that. I think that kind of just went off the kicker's side of his foot.
Could have been.
Little dangerous.
We've seen some very odd things in the special teams game today.
Yes, we have.
Especially on the Meadowbrook side. It's been a bit of an adventure. So 3 minutes, 14 seconds now for Maysville. They need to put together a drive here to get themselves within at least Matthew Harper field goal range. He has a 42-yarder good on the night. Missed from 25 earlier in the second half. Back to throw it is Saxton. Wide open man is Armstead. Did he keep his feet in bounds? Yes, he did. Inside the Meadowbrook half of the 50-yard line at the 49.
That is a long throw over to Armstead. And that's about a pickup of about
23.
That's a
by my
big
quick
throw.
math.
Yes, you're right.
Boy, I mean, there was no Colt defender within 15 yards of him, and if there were, that was a opportune chance for an interception. Saxton fakes the handoff around the sweep to fake number 10 on the left side and keeps it up the middle for a gain of 1 to the 48 of Meadowbrook. Panthers have 2 of their 3 timeouts remaining. An injured Panther down the field, and
it's a cramp, and
cramp time again.
Can't tell who it is, but it looks like a skill player from this angle. I can't tell. But I tell you what, you get that cramp, Dave, it just jolts you.
Yeah, they're not really a lot of fun anytime.
No. Problem is, the
For
older
sure.
I get them about 3 in the morning in bed.
Okay, partner, I'm putting you on the spot. Let's go for it here. Our King Carpet and Swim Away Pool and Spa play of the game so far. Give it to me.
Ooh. Well, you got to kind of give the play
What's
of
your
the
first
game.
instinct
Play
say?
of the game.
Play of the
to
game.
The winning team.
Mm-hmm.
And the last play comes to mind, but obviously they were already ahead. But the play of the game.
Play of the game so far.
I'm going to say the 4th and 9 opening drive pass to Seedorf from Justice Huey.
29 yards?
Yeah, just to get things started. And that was 4th and 9. They don't score there. Who knows, with a young team, where does your confidence go if you're Meadowbrook if they don't score there? So right now, that's my initial instincts with that.
I like it. Our King Carpet and Swim Away Pool and Spa play of the game. Justice Huey, 29-yard pass. I was on the opening drive back with 7:45 to go in the opening quarter.
Sun was still shining.
Yes, it was. Right into the face of Meadowbrook, in
Yeah.
fact. Dylan Stevens, the injured man, shaking off the cramp, limping off to the far sideline for Maysville. 2017 game, Meadowbrook leading it by 3. 2nd and 9 play coming for Maysville from the Colt 48. Still plenty of time and 2 timeouts for the Panthers. And out of the gun, it'll be a handoff to Cohen Fink. Blocked up outs in the middle, bounces it outside left, refuses to go down. Finally, the entire Meadowbrook student body takes him down after no gain.
Boy, that is key there with all that help. Probably 7-8 guys to the ball, getting to the ball. Fink running hard, and Meadowbrook needed everything they got there. So obviously Maysville's in 4-down territory, 2 timeouts left, 2:22 and rolling.
Now this has got to be a positive play here for Maysville on a 3rd and 9 from the Colt 48. 4 receivers, each side 2 of them, and stepping up into the pocket, Saxton does get positive yards, a gain of 2, avoiding the sack. He was under some pressure on both sides on the outside.
Big time pressure.
That was probably a smart play by Saxton not to try to throw it.
Yes, get what he can get.
Give himself, at least give his team one more chance here on 4th and 7. This is definitely not the kind of 4th down that Craig Clark's Panthers want to find themselves in. 1:40 to go here. A little surprised they don't take a timeout and talk this one over, but they're going to preserve them. 4th and 7, here we go. Saxton rolling out left, under heavy pressure. He's hit and sacked, and he's brought down at the Colt 48-yard line, a loss of 6. Turnover on downs as the Colt defense comes through and knocks down Saxton.
Huge play by the Meadowbrook defense. 2 guys on the sack to the ball that time. But I'll tell you another thing, underrated, that Meadowbrook secondary on that last possession there, they had those guys covered up.
Yep.
So Maysville 2 timeouts. Meadowbrook churns out a 1st down or 2 here, and it's over.
Yeah, really, I'd say 1 first down is really all they need if they pick it, as long as they pick it up maybe on 2nd or 3rd down. You know that Maysville's almost certainly going to use their timeouts on 1st and 2nd down here. Will Steve Norman take this chance, roll the dice a little bit, and maybe surprise them with just a quick pass outside.
I wouldn't think so.
Man coverage.
I wouldn't think so.
On the 3 receivers out there. They hand it off. This is Rivera trying to scamper outside left. Is not going to get back to the line. He'll lose 3 back to the 49 of Meadowbrook. Clock running at a minute 20.
Now we got another player down. That looks like that's going to be Dylan Stevens for the Panthers.
That's the second time he's been down in the last minute or so. He is.
I don't know if this one looks like a cramp or
Yeah,
not.
I think it's the same leg he limped out on earlier. Yep. So the clock stopped with a minute 14 to go. Meadowbrook leading it by a field goal, 20-17.
A minute 14 left here in the final quarter here in Byesville.
And so I would assume, not knowing really how the high school timing rules go, once they get him off the field, they'll set the clock and they'll wind the clock, right, when they have it.
But it should go to 25 seconds and not 40.
Right. So I would think.
Now, it's going to be hard for Meadowbrook to pick up a first down on the ground with 9 guys in the box. Now, if they do break it, it's gone. It's going to be a touchdown.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I'm guessing that probably on a first down play where they lost 3 yards, that Maysville would use one of their 2 remaining timeouts here. So we'll see what.
This is the old double cramp.
Well, it looks like it. They are working on Dylan Stevens hard.
He's going to get up and walk her off.
You've already got some thoughts on our +1 Pizza Colts player of the game and our Lock 9 Pizza Panther player of the game. I think our Panther player of the game might be pretty obvious.
Yeah, I think it is.
I know we're probably thinking the same
guy.
Same
He's been
dude.
all over the field, defensively, and special teams.
And special teams, yeah.
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 I tell you, Meadowbrook.
Yeah, timeout taken by Maysville.
Player of the game. I mean, there's quite a few guys out there that are deserving of it. I mean, defensively, Talon Cannon was all over the place. Rivera came up big. Nick Norman had a fantastic first half. He ended up with 94. He didn't end up. It's not over yet, but he has 94.
Rivera and Huey are possibilities.
Yeah, Huey's at 184 yards.
A
lot of ball distribution from the Colts. A lot of people's touched the football tonight.
Yeah.
Huey's also rushed for 27, thrown for 2 touchdown passes.
Well, I mean, really the big thing is that, Huey hasn't.
No big turnover.
Maybe a negative play. I mean, there really hasn't been a negative play.
No, he hasn't thrown an interception. He hasn't fumbled the football. And I don't think he took a sack, Dave. I mean, he's got enough athleticism to avoid the sack.
Well, the closest one, they had him wrapped up, and he was able to
get rid of it. Yeah,
was able to throw it when he was kind of basically in the grass, but not on the ground yet. Was really the closest that Maysville's been to a sack today. I think maybe 1 sack somewhere back in the first half, or a yard or 2 lost, but a 2nd and 13 now for Huey. And he tucks it in, not finding a lot of daylight there. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain.
No gain. 3rd down.
And
let's see if they're not going to use the timeout now. They're going to wait. So that's going to knock it down to about 30 seconds. So after this play's over, there should be about less than 30 seconds before they use their timeout. But then
that does surprise me a little bit.
Do you punt that now? I mean, well, we'll talk about that when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But Meadowbrook may call the timeout here.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that Maysville did not use their last timeout here, especially when you're facing a 3rd and 13.
Well, they're just going to wait for them to make them punt it, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, maybe
25 and a half seconds.
3rd and 13, Meadowbrook might be tempted to throw the ball somewhere. Maybe you get an incompletion, and maybe you get you get a little bit of help from Meadowbrook, who's helped out Maysville a few different times tonight.
There's always, I think every coach, even in the NFL, they need a time guy, and he just sits there and studies numbers and play clocks and how much time we're going to have here. When should we use this timeout? But it's 25 and a half seconds here, and Maysville does have 1 timeout left. So let's get to there. Let's talk about this. If they do hold him here, if you're Meadowbrook, you dare punt it.
I think you should.
Okay. I mean, you do.
I mean, even if you just quick kick it, I mean anything.
Yeah. That might not be a bad option. Act like you're going for it. Snap it to Huey and say, Justice, just do the best you can.
Yeah. Just pooch it over the line of scrimmage somewhere. And
because Maysville scored
go to the ball.
14 of their points, basically, via the punt mishaps by the Colts.
Yeah. 20-yard fumble return, block punt touchdown return, and then after blocking a punt, taking over on the 2-yard line. 3rd and 13 play here, 25.5 seconds. Huey from the gun with Rivera on his left. Hands it off to Rivera around the right end, trying to find some space. And he is brought down inbounds after a gain of a couple. Down to the Maysville 49. Getting back near the original line of scrimmage.
17.4 seconds left.
That'll be their last timeout.
So timeout Maysville, their final timeout.
48-yard line.
And now Meadowbrook facing a 4th and 10 from the Panther 48-yard line, leading at 20-17. And Maysville now has to try to figure out what to expect here from Coach Steve Norman and the offense.
Well, I noticed one thing. When Meadowbrook's been punting the ball, usually at high school you take about you're 13 yards from the snapper. They only go about 10, and I've noticed they've done that in the past too. But if you're only 10 yards deep, you got to catch it cleanly, and you got to unload quickly.
Well, and this can't be a slow windup. This has got to be catch, steps, boom.
Yeah.
And punt's got to come off, which unfair maybe to Clendenning. I think, just probably not having done it in a while. I think that's part of just the release time
the backup
that led to the block punt earlier.
Yeah, the backup punter in high school is not getting a lot of work in.
So Seedor is going out.
Well, Seedor's going to have better hands.
And Seedor is lining up as if to punt.
The last thing you need here is a snap to go sailing over the punter's head.
And he, in fact, Mike, is 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage, not even 10.
Yeah, I've noticed that the last few years. Meadowbrook running guys in and out.
And now Evan Fox is all kinds of confused now. And
Meadowbrook's got to use their last time out. And
Coach Norman is about to lose his mind.
Oh. Poor Evan. Then he had to run on the field earlier tonight. He forgot to go out in on offense, and that's due to possibly injuries or a cramp. Who knows?
Yeah.
And we're talking about another freshman.
Yep. Kids are kids, as the
got their arms up in the air.
Every high school coach, every high school teacher.
Yep. It's
easy to forget that these young men in helmets and uniforms and jersey, whatever, they are not adults.
He's probably 15 years old, can't drive a car yet.
Good point. You put it in perspective like that, It's like, oh, yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, wow.
All right, well, let's see if Seedor is going to get this punt off. Maysville will send Wesley Armstead. Has a 20-yard return in his repertoire so far tonight. He'll be back to possibly return it. Seedor, I would think, certainly is going to punt this one toward a sideline, gets ahead it quickly, and just does pooch it. It was nearly blocked. Armstead steps up, took a knee down to receive it around the 26, though, and he'll be stopped there. So Meadowbrook accomplishes, it wasn't pretty, but they accomplished what they wanted.
So let's see what Coach Clark has in his treasure box of trickery, because he's going to have to use it right now, game one.
23-yard punt from Seedor to pin Maysville back at inside their own 26. 11 seconds to go. And Dylan Stevens is going to hobble off again for the third time here in this fourth quarter.
You might take one shot, try to get about a 15-yard pickup and get out of bounds. Still not going to be enough for the Hail Mary throw.
Saxton looking, throwing toward the sideline. Armstead
gets
about 11. A block ahead by DeBolt, picks up right at the marker, a 10-yard gain to the 36, and only uses up about 4 seconds of that game clock. So Maysville now with a chance maybe for 2 plays here probably.
And you got to remember in high school, first down stops the clock. But 6.8 seconds left. That's just not a lot of time for high schoolers to pull off 2 plays. We'll see what happens.
Monluck's the near receiver to the right, 2 more to the left. And Saxton throws, and again it's Armstead with a nice over-the-head catch at the 43-yard lines, out of bounds at the 44, a gain of 8. That's for Wesley Armstead with another catch, and he's had a bunch of them tonight.
2 points.
Yeah, that's Armstead's 7th catch tonight.
Second down and short from their own 44, but this should be the last play of the game, and it won't matter. 2.5 seconds remaining. Maysville down a field goal, 2017.
Could see a lot of laterals here.
Could be the old Stanford Cow
marching band
type
story,
of finish.
Yeah.
Saxton from the gun, 2-man rush. Steps up, heaves it deep. Lots of Colts back there, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. And Meadowbrook's going to win the opener. And the Meadowbrook Colts are celebrating heavily like they've won the league championship here, but they already have as many wins as they had all of last season.
That is true. 1-0 in the league, 1-0 on the season, and you take it how you can get it. And with a young team like Coach Norman has, that's an exciting way to start the momentum for the year.
So Meadowbrook holds on and wins an exciting one, 20-17 over Maysville in this late fourth quarter as they recapture the lead off of a Dalen Rivera 11-yard touchdown run off of a very nice drive in this game. And as it turns out, the Colts' best drives of the game were their first and their last one in this ball game tonight as they win it 20-17 over a very tough fighting and improved Maysville Panther ball club. We'll step aside here for just a few moments. We'll come back. Lots to come in our post-game report, sponsored by Stoney's RV. We'll have our players of the game and Mike Snively's final statistics as we let him total up some numbers in his very mathematical, whiz-like mind.
I can't even find my calculator on my phone.
Well, we didn't say you had good eyesight. We just said you had a good math mind.
Yeah,
We'll be back on YRPtv and on NASH Icon with our post-game report sponsored by Stoney's RV.
Greg Motor Sales, located at 2840 South River Road in Zanesville, would like to wish all the local high school athletes good luck with their upcoming season. At Greg Motor Sales, they sell used cars ranging from around $1,000 and up. If you're looking for your next affordable and reliable car, give Greg Motor Sales a call at 740-454-7060 or shoot them a message and follow them on Facebook at Greg's Motor Sales. Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing an exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
Looking to buy land? Do you want 5 acres or more, say up to 50 acres? Bruner Land Company off I-77 Vocational Road, Byesville has land for sale. Buy acreage in Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and Indiana. Bruner Land Company has 500 tracts of land to choose from and creative financing for buyers. When it's land you want to buy, it's Bruner Land Company you should call. Bruner Land Company, Byesville, off I-77. Give them a call at 685-3064 or go to brunerland.com.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? my eyes filled with tears. And on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
First. Thanks a lot. On AVC Sports, Dave Davidson and Mike Snively in the post-game report here, sponsored by Stoney's RV, Jaron Aber and Andrew Dunlap on our YRPtv side with Justin Ames. And our many thanks to those guys. Nice job, gentlemen. And before we get to some of our other post-game pleasantries, we'll look at first our Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance drive of the game. There's probably two choices here for the winning team here, Mike. Neither one were less important.
Yeah, and I'm just going to go for the simple fact that it built momentum and it got Meadowbrook, a young Meadowbrook team, off to a good start. It was a 4th and 9 play, a 29-yard touchdown pass from Justice Huey to Bentley Seedor in the opening drive. Because I'm telling you, if that goes incomplete and you don't score in that first drive, who knows which direction the heads turn for Meadowbrook, and it turned on the right side for them on that drive. So I'm going to go with that with the drive of the game.
I like it. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, our drive of the game, opening drive for Meadowbrook as they took a 6-0 lead with 7:45 to go in the first quarter. Maysville answered early second quarter with a Matthew Harper 42-yard field goal that was blasted through with just over 8 minutes to go in the half. And then Meadowbrook answered back before the end of the half, a Justice Huey 38-yard pass to Nick Norman. 2-point conversion failed. That gave Meadowbrook the advantage, 12-3 at that time. And then Maysville went on really momentum swing from late in the first half, and it was set up by not even a block punt, but a punt that we're still kind of scratching our heads like, why didn't that happen? But whatever happened out on the far corner of the field.
If you're listening on the radio, it's hard to explain. But if you saw it, I mean, it was almost just like a run. It was just a run.
Yeah, Bentley Seedor was backed up against the back of his own end zone after Maysville nearly picked up a safety on that defensive stand. They pinned Meadowbrook back at the 1-yard line, and Seedor running out to his left side was, we assume, attempting to attempt a rugby-style punt. It never happened. They tackled him out of bounds at the 2-yard line. That gave Maysville just all they needed was one play as Saxton, the quarterback, ran it in with a 2-yard TD run off the right side. Their extra point was good to make it 12-10 at that point. And really, Maysville has carried that momentum into the second half with just over a 6.5-minute drive, 6.5 minutes gone in the third quarter. A Cohen Fink block punt and a return of 20 yards to give the Panthers their first lead of the game with 5:31 to go in the third quarter. They led 17-12, and then Meadowbrook answering in the final, what was their final offensive possession of the game. And a lot of running from, we saw Braden Black, we saw Rivera, and McManaway, I think, a couple of times early in that drive.
Huey.
They converted 4 fourth downs. They converted on that drive.
And they were all like 4th and 3, 4th and 2, 4th and 1. Yeah, they were all in that.
And that easily could have been the drive of the game as well, but it was capped off by a Dalen Rivera 11-yard touchdown run around the right end and the 2-point conversion, which was really pretty. Huey handoff or a throw to the right flat for Nick Norman. Norman rolling back, and then off the backward pass from Huey, Norman fires it into the left corner of the end zone to Jake Burris for the 2-point conversion play. That gave the Colts a 20-17 lead. Turns out they didn't need the extra 2 points, but it looks good on paper anyway. Maysville running out of time, and Meadowbrook holding on to a 20-17 win. Our players of the game here now, Mike. First for the Maysville Panthers.
Yeah, the Maysville Panthers play of the game, and he's going to bring this certificate into the Lock 9 Pizza, and they want you to try the Wangus burgers with unlimited fries. It's 100% juicy Wagyu Angus blend. The burger people come back for wing salad, pasta wedgie, subs, and chicken. And we are going to go with, for Maysville, Matthew Harper, who was just a stud on all three sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams. In fact, he probably saved a couple touchdowns early in the first half.
Yep.
And he goes out and drills a 42-yard field goal on special teams and kicks them through the end zone on kickoffs. And then offensively,
and despite all of that, Mike, he's probably, I'm sure he's probably really kicking himself. He had a 25-yard field goal. It was off to the left hash, a difficult angle.
Yes, and that's
missed it just outside the upright.
But what a great game by Matthew Harper. Every time he touched the ball, he's just a hard-nosed football player. But congratulations to Matthew Harper, the Lock 9 Pizza player of the game.
And Maysville would not have been in any kind of position to even try to pull out a win had he not been on the field tonight, I'm pretty sure, despite the 1 out of 2 field goal attempts.
Just great effort there by Matthew Harper.
Agreed.
And then the +1 Pizza player of the game. I'll tell you what, there's a bunch of guys we looked at from Meadowbrook, but we're going to go with Justice Huey. Justice Huey tonight, he totaled 211 yards. He had 183 through the air, and he had, 27 on 11 carries, but a couple strong first downs when they needed it via the run. So Justice Huey, he's going to be the +1 Pizza player of the game, and he's going to win 1 free medium, 1 topping pizza.
So our congratulations to both of those players, Matthew Harper, number 2 of Byesville, and number 10, quarterback Justice Huey of the Meadowbrook Colts. A few players probably deserving, and as the season goes on, I'm sure that there'll be more players that will step up. Nice win tonight, though, from Meadowbrook. They had a little bit of everything. They had some early momentum, fell behind, got, some second and third quarters really for both teams, Mike. Yeah. There was a lot of penalties, especially that third quarter. Seemed like after halftime, the whole everybody took their foot off the gas a little bit, sort of a feel to it.
Momentum shifts, and just a lot of mistakes, and but
typical week one stuff.
Absolutely. I think Meadowbrook had probably made more mistakes, but they were able to come to that adversity and win this game.
Let's look at the final statistics here. You want to look at Maysville first?
Yeah, sure. Let's look at Maysville first. Maysville on the night, they ran the ball, had 47 yards, and they threw it for 166 for a total of 213 yards on the night, so Maysville 213 total. Leading the Maysville rushing attack was Cohen Fink. He had 7 carries for 24 yards. Todd Saxon, the quarterback, had 10 carries for 13 yards. Wesley Armstead had 2 carries for 3 yards, and Matthew Harper had 2 carries for 8 yards. Through the air, Saxton, he threw for 166 yards, no touchdowns and 1 interception, and Wesley Armstead led the Maysville Panthers in receiving catches tonight. He had 7 catches for 112 yards. DeBolt had a catch. Tyler DeBolt had a catch for 27 yards. Cohen Fink had a catch for 4 yards. Matthew Harper had a catch for 14 yards. And Caleb Munlocks had a catch for 9 yards. Now on to Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook had a total of 346 yards, 162 on the ground, 184 through the air. So Meadowbrook outgained the Panthers 346 to 213. And for Meadowbrook, the leading rusher tonight was Dalen Rivera. He had 16 carries for 77 yards and a touchdown on an 11-yard run. Justice Huey, the quarterback, 11 rushes for 27 yards. Cooper McManaway, 3 carries for 12 yards. Nick Norman, 3 carries for 14 yards. Braden Black had 8 carries for 34 yards, and Jacob Burris had a carry for a -2 yards. Through the air, Huey was 19 of 29, 184 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Most importantly, no interceptions, no turnovers, no sacks. So our player of the game was solid in that department too. And Nick Norman led the Colts in receiving yards and catches. He had 6 catches for 94 yards. Bentley Seedor, the freshman, had 3 catches for 42 yards. Landon Kuhn had 4 catches for 19 yards. Jake Burris had 1 catch for 4 yards. Dalen Rivera had 2 catches for 3 yards, and Braden Black had 2 catches for 19 yards. Once again, Meadowbrook outgained Maysville 346 to 213.
So well done here for the Colts. Win no matter how you get it, always good for them. Meadowbrook's going to go on the road now, I think, at Janaden-Hutton next week in Indian Valley.
Janaden-Hutton, I'll be up on that game. Me and Tut will be traveling up that way to Tuscarawas County Friday night.
Yes, sir. And I'm looking here quickly, thumbing through our schedule next week. You can catch this on yourradioplace.com. For our schedules. Cambridge visits John Glenn. John Glenn, a 28-0 winner tonight at Circleville.
That's
a long trip.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I mean, John Glenn struggled mightily on offense last year. They had a tough time scoring touchdowns. They score 4 of them here tonight on opening night. So that's a great job for Matt Edwards and his crew here tonight to get not only a win, but to shut them out and get 4 TDs in the process. So they will be hosting the Cambridge Bobcats in New Concord next week. Harrison Central visits Buckeye Trail. Meadowbrook at Indian Valley, as we said. Mike will have that one. And let's see, Waterford will be at Caldwell. Thank you, Jeff Wheeler, Athletic Director here at Meadowbrook. Thank you very much. And, as we said, Waterford at Caldwell. And then a Saturday game next weekend. Barnesville, who won big tonight, they look to have a really good season ahead of them. Not a particularly strong schedule, but they should handle.
They are Division 5 or 6, those.
Yeah, so they're going to visit Bel Air, and I think that says on here says 7 p.m. That game I think is 12 noon.
Well, if the game's at Bel Air, it has to be
on
the
Saturday.
Daytime. They don't have lights.
Yeah. So I think that's a 12 noon game on August 26th. That's a week from tomorrow. Barnesville and Bel Air. So that's next week's schedule of games. You can catch the broadcast schedule on yourradioplace.com. Let's zip over here now. A couple of quick scores before we send it off. Let's see. Out of the MVL, New Lexington 28-14 at home. Winners over Fairfield Union. Sheridan 33-14.
Over Licking
They trailed
Valley.
by 1 at halftime.
Yeah.
20-0 blank in the second half for the Mighty Generals in Thornville.
2 big programs there.
Yep. Union Local, a nice win tonight, 20-8 over Shenandoah at home. Let's see. Morgan, after a nice season a rebound season last year, I think, 7 victories a year ago?
Had a good
Something like
team
that. They're over
year.
500. We'll be seeing Morgan later on this year against Meadowbrook. They go to Riverview tonight, and they blank a very young, and I mean like junior varsity or freshman team type young. I think 14 freshmen and only 4 seniors on that roster for Riverview, and they get hammered tonight. Morgan goes up to Warsaw and beats them 52-0. Crooksville, who probably did not score this many points last season total, they ring up 59 tonight on Fisher Catholic, 59-13 win at home. So Crooksville is going to christen their second year of their stadium facility and so on with a nice 59-point output tonight. Ridgewood 22-21 at home in the Battle of Coshocton County. Winners tonight, Ridgewood. That Coshocton team looks like they're going to be a feistier team this year.
I would say so. Ridgewood's a good program, so for Coshocton to hang like that, that's a good game for them.
And another good one here, too, to mention, Fort Fry with a small lead over Marietta. It was 20-14, so Marietta hanging in there. That one was not finished, at least as not put out on ScoreStream here anyhow, so that's probably a final, but not reported final yet. Let's see. Have fun next week up in Janaden-Hutton. You're going to make the trip.
Were you next week?
I am off.
You off? Okay.
Yeah. Daughter's getting married in a couple of weeks.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so I'm going to take a brief respite, which a little over 30-some years of working in AVC Sports I don't often do, but we're going to have a few weeks off here and chill out and prepare for that.
I'm sure Josie would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Taking the week off.
Yeah, I'm sure she will. She'll, no doubt I'll have plenty of work to do leading up to that. Trust me, pal.
I'm sure you will, yeah.
So thanks, everyone, for joining us. Thanks again, Jaron Aber, our man here running the controls on YRPtv, and Andrew Dunlap on the camera. Justin Ames, too. Many thanks. And Joel DeSigo. For Mike Snively, Dave Davidson saying goodnight from Eugene Capers Field in Byesville, where the Colts win the opener 20-17 over the Maysville Panthers. Have a good weekend, everybody.
This has been a presentation of AVC Sports.